Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. How's everyone doing on this Friday? Come on in, everyone. Hold on, just trying to get my other. Miss D, is this the Todd Austin and Michelle case? No, I covered that yesterday, Tangela. Yep, I covered that yesterday. I sure did. I covered it yesterday. Shay Shay, what's going on, my love? This is a case similar to that, but a woman did this one here. But I covered that case yesterday. Yeah. Yes, all kind of things going on. Shay Shay, baby. Oh, Shay Shay. Shit, I couldn't help about the girl, know, about the little man. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Oh, this became from? Oh, okay. Okay, guys, I'm back. Back. Let me see something here. All right. I covered that case. I don't know if Tangela is still in here. I'm not sure if she's still in here or not. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button for your girl. The ones that really rock with me. Oh, thank you, Terry. I appreciate you, Terry. Thank you. Thank y'all so much. So yeah, the story I'm gonna cover um today. Shay Shay, I want to tell you I love you, girl. You is so funny, Shay Shay. Hey, Robert. Hey, um, Therese. How you doing? Thank you for hitting the like button. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, the story, I probably just do some random stories today. But so this story here, y'all, that I'm covering today, this guy, he was already known, known to the police and all that shit, right? So he did go to jail, and he supposed to have did some time, but I think he didn't do the time that the wife thought he really was going to do. So when he did go to jail, he put everything in her name. Everything. He put everything in her name. So when he put everything in her name, she bailed out and used him. So that's what I was saying yesterday. Um, it's not only men do things that ain't right, women do things that's not appropriate. And the situation just didn't end good for her. You know, she lost her life. Now, could I say she could have did things better? Yeah, because the same way that the Todd girlfriend should have thought about and did things a little better and thought about the children. So this is what I think about with this girl too. I think that she should could have did things better and thought about her beautiful children that she left. But before what I'm getting, I feel like oldest daughter is raising the two small children. I think the oldest daughter was old enough. But so yeah, we're gonna get into the story and see. So let me know if y'all can hear the story. So I don't know what's going on with these goddamn. I ain't even gonna say nothing. Let me just shut the hell on up. I got all these cities. I think I West One. I think I got DC and Boozy. I got Baltimore. Okay. But I want to make some money. I just left you 2 months ago. Stop throwing in my face. I kill a nigga. This one telling you because that's what my mindset.
Everybody want to be seen, but me, if I catch the right play, you'll never see me again. Those words appeared on Tiffany Wade's Instagram just hours before gunshots rang out in a North Philadelphia barbershop. October 7th,
And by the way, this happened at a barbershop too,
posted
y'all.
her last story
This
at
happened maybe a
11:47
couple of
a.m.
hours away
By
from me.
2:04 p.m., she was pronounced dead. This is what happens when property deeds get signed in desperation, when threats become promises, when a 7-year-old boy watches his mother take her last breath. I am a psychopath. You ain't making it out of Philly. Those weren't empty words from Armand Hilton. They were a countdown. 3 businesses built from nothing.
Thank you,
Properties worth everything.
Shay.
A woman who refused to give them back. And a man who'd already spent years in prison planning what he'd do when he got out. From Chester to Philadelphia. From prison cells to luxury boutiques. From Muslim prayers to murder scenes. This is the story of Tiffany Wade, known online as Naila Amour the Blueprint.
She had a big
A registered
platform.
nurse, a businesswoman, a mother, and the ex-husband who made sure her success story ended in blood. Welcome to True Crime Anatomy. To our amazing subscribers, thank you for being with us.
Hey,
May
Dreamy
you and your
girl.
loved ones remain safe and secure wherever they are. If you're new here, kindly subscribe on your notification, like and share to join our family. Here we are one. We investigate and uncover the truths the media left out so you can see the full picture, stay informed, and protect yourself. Tonight, we're going inside the case that has Philadelphia police hunting one of their most wanted fugitives. A case where love turned to ownership, where business became betrayal, and where freedom came at the ultimate price. This is the Tiffany Wade case.
I lost my mind. I was only drunk because I didn't have no food. Nobody cared that I didn't have food. Y'all just kept giving me Patron.
Because I look at you different. Why the about my baby mom? I don't give it. Yo, if you ever was the talk nigga, she'd tell you that.
I would never talk to that on my level. She ain't do nothing to me, and she never been in my circle. She never been around me.
And you've been bringing it up, bringing it up, bringing it up. So now I'm gonna give you what you want. I'm never gonna touch you again. I'm never physically gonna hurt you. You marry this nigga, I'm blowing this head off on everything I love. I'm going back to prison.
Born June 17th in Coatesville, Pennsylvania, Tiffany Wade came from a devoted Muslim family. By 20 years old, she'd already earned her nursing license, an achievement that would have made any parent proud. But Tiffany wasn't content with just one success. Online, she built a different identity. Nyla Amor, the Blueprint. 3 businesses carried her name. Kisses Care Home Care, where she managed healthcare services. Kisses Amor Extensions, selling luxury hair. And Seasoned Kisses, her newest venture. Every morning, she'd post reminders for her followers to read the Quran. Every evening, she'd upload videos of her latest purchases.
I love dealing with a rich bitch. Cause she gonna trick and we gonna trick bigger.
¿Ha tenido un accidente? Comuníquese con las oficinas legales de Brandon J. Broderick, con un equipo dedicado a accidentes.
A woman of ambition, always motivating her followers to not give up, to continue pushing. She'd lost her mother. Her father was all she had left with her 3 children that depended on her. The eldest daughter, mature beyond her years, the middle child, and the youngest, a 7-year-old boy whose father was Armand Hilton. Armand Hilton.
And she did have a
44
child
years
by him,
old,
the little boy.
Chester, Pennsylvania. His name appeared in court records, kidnapping, robbery, weapons charges, the kind of man whose associates feared him and whose enemies avoided him. He was the father of Tiffany's youngest son, once her husband, now her biggest threat. Then there was the new man, the one Tiffany planned to marry, the one whose existence would push Armand over the edge. Her father watched from the sidelines, worried but powerless. Her online followers saw the glamorous posts, but also the screenshots of threats she shared. Thousands of people watching a tragedy unfold in real time. Armand involved in criminal activities that led to his arrest. He already transferred everything to Tiffany's name. His criminal activities made him a target for asset seizure. He needed someone clean, someone trusted, someone who'd wait for him. When I get out, baby, we'll be set. Just hold it down for me. She agreed. What choice did she have? Mother of his child, his wife. In their community, you stand by your man, but years change people. Tiffany discovered she was good at business. The properties generated income. She learned to manage, invest, grow. By the time Armand expected to return to his empire, she'd built her own. Armand never imagined betrayal. In his mind, the story was simple. Do the time, come home to his woman, reclaim his properties, live happily ever after. He thought she'd wait, thought she'd stay loyal, thought she understood her role, temporary caretaker, not owner. But Tiffany cut him off completely. Changed locks, sold properties, blocked his calls, started fresh with another man. In Armand's world, that wasn't just betrayal. It was theft of the highest order. Now he runs, a fugitive haunted by his own expectations. He gave her everything, trusting she'd give it back. Instead, she showed him what trust really costs. The property transfer that started everything reveals a deeper truth. Criminal men often use women as shields. Clean names, clean records, clean hands to hold dirty money. Armand picked Tiffany because he thought love meant ownership, thought marriage meant obedience, thought their son guaranteed loyalty. He was wrong. She took his criminal empire and transformed it into legitimate success. 3 legal businesses from illegal properties. That transformation threatened more than his wallet. It threatened his identity. When control disguises itself as love, violence follows freedom. She was ready to move on and leave him behind completely. She cut all ties and began living a high-end lifestyle.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Can you say the handle?
Oh,
Yes. Okay.
that's a new release.
I have it. Can you guys monogram it or no?
You can monogram this.
That's me right there.
Oh, that's the garden.
Yes. Thank you.
Well, you want to put it in the bag or?
Yeah, you go put it in the bag. Store the bag. Thank you.
Well, I would say this, Robert. No, he didn't have a right to take her life at all. You know, I wish he, you know, if things could have been talked out, things could have been better. But if she knew, because sometimes we got to admit, a woman or a man, all right? And I just be fair about stories that I cover. He had no right to take her life at all. I do not agree with that at all. But sometimes as men and women, we have to think about the things that we are doing and can cause us consequences behind it. Now, she knew this man was a violent man. She knew what he went to prison for. If she knew that she was not going to be loyalty to this guy, keep up his property, keep his money intact, she should have never, ever got herself involved in this. Okay? She should have been honest about the situation and all of that. And she will be here today. Okay? She will be here today. So it ain't like that she did not know this man was violent. I don't even know why she married him, for one, because she knew he was a violent guy. She had already knew that. She knew the lifestyle that he was into. You know what I'm saying? She was a very successful woman before he went. He was a little successful before he went to jail, too. He didn't have anyone to leave anything. Well, maybe he did. He could leave it to someone else, but he felt like, hey, she's my wife. I'm going to turn everything over to her and let her finish billing. And when we come home, I can have something. But instead, she went and found another man, and she did all of this stuff to him, right? Then when the man was calling home, you know, she was talking to him about the other guy and all this stuff. So this really set this guy off.
She found a new man and embraced a life many would envy. If you scroll through her social media, it's all there. Luxury shopping sprees with brands like Chanel, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and Dior. She dined at upscale restaurants, spent freely, and regularly posted videos unboxing designer bags, shoes, and more. She traveled from the US to London, then to Egypt, capturing every moment. Her birthday celebration was a lavish affair, famously themed the all-white birthday. The photos showed elegance, success, freedom. Women in designer dresses, tables with golden decorations. Her smile, wide and genuine. Each post reached thousands.
She grew up to do many things. She went to college at the age of 17, became a registered nurse at 20. She's done hair. She sold edible candles. She sold t-shirts, business startups, tickets to events, Kisses open mic, Kisses pop-up shops, Kisses pool parties, networking events, TLC, Kisses Zooms, Kisses kitchen classes, Kisses boutiques, Kisses shapers, Kisses sex toys, lofty kisses, event spaces, Kisses extensions, Kempley kisses, Kisses dip. Y'all went crazy over that dip. Kisses season, Kisses brunch, Kisses home care and real estate. And she still finds time to give back. And her charitable contributions and self-motivation only adds to how special of a person she is.
Including one viewer in Chester who saw every designer bag as theft, every smile as mockery, every success as betrayal. She often used her social media not just to show her lifestyle, but to share deep, reflective thoughts, messages that hinted at personal struggles and lessons learned. In one post, she wrote, "Every storm is not a test from God. Some storms are from the choices you made." In another, she said, "The illusion of options really got y'all out here fumbling genuine people." A clear nod to how easily people take others for granted. She also posted, "I'm being humble right now, but eventually everyone got to pay for what he did." Through these posts, she wasn't just flaunting her wins. She was motivating her followers to push harder, to live better, and to recognize their worth. She had been living in peace, thriving, glowing, rebuilding her life, until that one day came, the day Armand was released from prison. That day changed everything. Deep down, she knew her past wasn't finished with her. She knew the kind of man he was, how dangerous he could be. And from that moment on, she lived in fear. Her online presence stayed strong, but behind the scenes, she was constantly looking over her shoulder. She became more vigilant, more cautious. Because Armand didn't stay silent for long. He started reaching out to her, at first just trying to get her attention. But then it escalated into full-blown threats. Violent, chilling messages that showed just how far gone he was. In one conversation, he raged.
About you, I snap on it because I look at you different. Why the fuck did you worry about my baby mom? I don't give a yo. If you ever was the tough nigga, she'd tell you that.
I would never talk to that bitch. That bitch ain't on my level. She ain't the fuck nothing to me, and she never been in my circle. She never been around. I didn't know that bitch.
And you've been bringing it up. So now I'm gonna give you what you want. To touch you again. I'm never touch you. You marry this nigga, I'm blowing his fucking head off on everything I love. I'm going back to prison on everything. Man, I don't give a fuck about that. I told you stop throwing it in my face. If this is what you want to do, go in and do it. Stop throwing it in my face.
All right.
I just left you 2 months ago. Stop throwing it in my face before I kill the nigga. This is what I'm telling you, because that's what.
Now, let me just say this. Was she right or wrong, y'all? Every time he called home, she would throw in his face about this new guy. All right. Then she started calling his baby mama bees and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I do think some things that she was doing, it was wrong. You know, if you did not want to be with this guy, if you knew you was going to do what you was going to do with this guy, why didn't you just tell him, you know, leave your finances and your business with someone else, and you know, I want to move on with my life? You know, why would you want to take this man's stuff, keep building off this man's stuff, sold this man properties, and then get in another relationship, then throw it up in this man's face every time this man called from prison? Come on, whoa! I mean, come on. Let's be honest about it. You already knew this man was a violent man. What did you think was going to come out of this? Did you think happiness was going to come out of this? Let's be real.
In another message read, Imma, get it done. If you ever thought you was gonna get away with trying to play me like you did, bitch, you don't know who the fuck I am. I'm a psychopath. I don't want to wish. I will do it. I will get it done. That's what you don't understand about me. He continued, bitch, I don't give a fuck what you do. You ain't making it out of Philly. That boy is the only reason you're still walking around. So you better thank my son and Allah. You're miserable. I'm happy. I just want you to pay. And you're going to before I leave this country. Tiffany didn't hide these threats. She posted the conversations online, letting the world see the kind of fear she was living with. Some people said he was just bitter, unable to move on while she had. But others believed there was more to her posts than just venting. She was warning people. She was documenting her truth.
Because she knew.
Maybe even leaving breadcrumbs, just in case. Because she knew exactly what kind of danger was coming.
Yeah, she knew she
and
was in
yet
danger.
She still tried to live, still tried to love, still tried to inspire, until the day he made good on every one of those threats. North Philadelphia, the 2500 block of West Lehigh Avenue.
And another thing, y'all, he did not do all the time that she thought he was going to do. He came home, I think, early, and she did not know this man was home.
In this neighborhood, barbershops aren't just for haircuts. They're where men gather, where news travels, where everyone knows everyone. Platinum Cuts sat between a check-cashing store and a corner deli. Just another storefront in a city where violence claimed 514 lives in 2023. 40 minutes away in Chester, Armand Hilton moved through familiar streets. Chester and Philadelphia, close enough to share crime, far enough to hide in. Saturday, October 7th, 2023, 7 a.m. Tiffany woke in her Philadelphia home. The same routine, prayers first, then coffee, then checking overnight orders for her hair extension business. Breakfast with her 3 children. The eldest helped with the youngest. Normal family chaos. A client needed home care services for their elderly mother. Another wanted premium hair extensions for a wedding. Her final Instagram story. Stay focused. Your time is coming. Cut out distractions. She had no idea she was posting her last moment. 12:30 p.m. Come on, baby. Time for your haircut. Her 7-year-old son climbed into the car. Just another Saturday errand. Platinum Cuts was 15 minutes away, driving down Broad Street, then turning onto Lehigh Avenue, the same route she'd taken dozens of times. She arrived at 1:15, parking outside the barbershop. Security cameras on the corner captured her arrival. Her son jumped out, excited. He loved haircut days. Inside Platinum Cuts, the familiar smell of hair products and aftershave, barbers nodding hello. Her son climbing into the chair, cape wrapped around his small shoulders. Other customers chatting about the Eagles game. Normal Saturday barbershop talk. Tiffany scrolled her phone, responding to messages about hair orders. At 1:45 p.m., the doorbell chimed. Someone entering. She didn't look up at first. A familiar voice, Tiffany, she recognized. Terrified she'd become. She looked up.
Exactly,
Armand
Shay.
Hilton
Shay.
stood
That's
in the
what I was
doorway.
trying to say,
2
baby.
shots, one to her
Yes.
torso, one
We're
to her
not
head.
saying what he did
He wasn't
was
there to
right.
have
We
a
know he was
conversation.
wrong,
He
but
told
she
her he
was
will
wrong
come for her
also.
one day, and that is exactly why he was there. The gunshots echoed through Platinum Cut's barbershop. For a moment, nobody moved. The clippers stopped buzzing. Conversations died mid-sentence. Then a child's scream cut through the silence. High, desperate, primal. "Mommy, mommy!" Her son screamed from the barber chair, their 7-year-old son, cape still around his neck, watching his mother fall. Armand turned, running, leaving his own child's cries behind. She knew he was looking for her. She posted his threats publicly. Why didn't she leave Philadelphia? Why did she stay where he could find her? Was it courage? Was it defiance? Or was it something else? The belief that he wouldn't really do it, not in front of their son? 1:49 p.m., first 911 call. Someone just shot a woman. Platinum Cuts on Lehigh. There's blood everywhere. She's not moving. Her kid is here. The shooter just walked out. Black male, 40s, heading east. Within minutes, West Lehigh Avenue filled with sirens. Police cars, ambulances, fire trucks, the entire block shut down. Paramedics worked on Tiffany Wade. 2 gunshot wounds, one to the torso, one to the head. Blood pooled on the barbershop floor while her son watched, still wearing the haircut cape. The paramedic looked at his partner and shook his head. Time of death, 2:04 p.m., October 7th, 2023. Natifa Wade, known as Tiffany, was gone. Homicide detectives arrived. Yellow tape stretched across the barbershop entrance. Evidence markers placed next to shell casings. Photographers documented every angle. Detective Raymond Martinez, 20 years on the force, took charge. First priority, the security cameras. 2:30 p.m. Inside the barbershop office, Martinez watched the footage. A man enters at 1:47 p.m. No hesitation. 2 shots. Witness interviews began. The 7-year-old boy sat with a crisis counselor, unable to speak. Trauma does that to children. His last image of his mother would be her falling to the floor. 3 p.m. No weapon recovered. 2 shell casings collected. 9mm. The killer took his gun with him. Back at police headquarters, the name went into the system. Armand Hilton, age 44, last known address in Chester, Pennsylvania. His record filled the screen: kidnapping, holding a 17-year-old for ransom, armed robbery, weapons violation, and assault. The detective whistled. This guy's been busy. 4 p.m. The motive became clear when detectives checked Tiffany's social media, screenshot after screenshot of threats. She'd posted them all publicly, a digital trail of escalating violence. 4:30 p.m. The All Points Bulletin went out. Armand Hilton, armed and dangerous, do not approach. Every cop in Philadelphia, Chester, and surrounding counties had his photo. Social media exploded. Justice for Tiffany started trending within hours. But the comments revealed a community divided. She was a queen. 3 businesses, 3 kids. She didn't deserve this. But for people who knew something, their comment differ. Why did
Exactly.
an intensified search followed? At 6 p.m., I entered the case. Philadelphia District Attorney's Office filed fact. All against Armand Hilton, who hadn't been seen since he walked out of Platinum Cut's barbershop. $20,000 reward for information leading to arrest and conviction. The announcement echoed across news stations, social media, street corners. Someone, somewhere. Interstate flight to avoid prosecution turned a local murder into a federal. Resources multiplied. The net widened. I saw him at a gas station in Chester. He's hiding in North Philly. My cousin says he's trying to get to Delaware. Each tip sources stretched thin, but Armand knew knew how to disappear. Had friends who owed him favors and enemies who feared him enough to help. Travel preparations emerged. Fake ID purchases, cash withdrawal, country he handled. Mates, old crew members, people who owed him, people who feared him. They formed a wall of silence. Chester police and Philadelphia police struggled to coordinate. Different jurisdictions, different systems, different priorities. Time lost in translation. Some family members cooperated fully. Others stayed quiet, not from loyalty to Armand, but from fear. They knew what he was capable of, had seen it before. The manhunt drained resources, overtime costs mounting, other cases piling up, pressure from the community, pressure from the media. Everyone wanted Armand caught yesterday. The question burned in everyone's mind. Where was Armand Hilton? Was he hiding in plain sight? Had he fled the state, the country? Was someone sheltering him? While police continued their search for justice, 3 children quietly gather each year to celebrate what they now call a heavenly birthday, a tribute to their late mother, Tiffany. The weight of her absence sits heavy, but it's the eldest daughter who has stepped into her mother's shoes, holding the family together with strength beyond her years. On one of Tiffany's birthdays after her passing, the eldest daughter poured her heart out in a deeply emotional "Happy birthday, Mommy. Since your passing, I've handled every single special day just like you would have. Every year, you went all out for your birthday. It's literally a holiday, Lo. But this year, I just wanted to enjoy my siblings without the pressure of planning a big event or entertaining everyone, while still trying to accept that you're not here anymore. We did things a little different this time. We miss you so much. I hate that you're not here, but I'm so grateful to be able to take care of these little ones just like you did. You really built me Ford tough. Your legacy will live on."
Yep, Shay.
It's a heartbreaking yet powerful reflection of love, loss, and resilience. Even in her absence, Tiffany's strength lives on through her children, especially the daughter who now carries her spirit forward. Tiffany Wade's case revealed painful cracks in the system, gaps that far too often go unnoticed until it's too late. It reminded us how easily we overlook red flags, how we sometimes normalize threats, thinking they're just words. But for Tiffany, those words turned deadly. The hardest truth? How many other women are living Tiffany's story right now? How many are one property transfer away from violence? How many are counting down to a prison release date, knowing what might come next? And somewhere tonight, Armand Hilton remains free. Justice delayed, justice denied, justice waiting. Online, her Instagram remains active. The eldest daughter posts memories, graduation photos Tiffany will never see, birthday parties she'll never attend, always ending with, "Your legacy will continue." So what do you think she should have done? Left Philly and given up everything she built? Lived in hiding from a man who believed she belonged to him? Or handed back what he claimed was his and tried to live in peace with her children? Thank you for watching. If you need help, National Domestic Violence Hotline, 1-800-79.
Now, what y'all think she should have done with this situation? I think she should have had just gave him back what he had and moved on. That's what I think. I don't think she should have had just, booked up and moved like that, because it is a lot. You know what I'm saying? She had her businesses and stuff, and he probably knew she would eventually come back. You know what I'm saying? But I do think that she did handle this situation in a not professional way at all. She will be still here with her children. I think at the moment, I think she was just looking at the money, the luxury things. I think she was not thinking what the consequences could be at that moment, because the money was overpowering her, because there was so much money, and stuff like that. And sometimes that's going to happen. And she didn't think about her children. But I do think that this could, I'm not saying I agree with what he did, because I definitely does not agree with what he did to her. But I'm saying she shortened her own life because she already knew this man was a violent man. She knew it. Come on, y'all. Y'all know me. I don't try to be, disrespectful and nothing, but I'm just saying. I think she should have, hey, Pammy Pooh, she should have left Philly and gave him back what he had and moved on and built her business somewhere else. Well, it takes a lot to, to get up and just move her business. So that's why I was saying, like, if she knew she was going to do these things to him, She should have just gave his money in businesses to someone else before he even went to jail. Discuss that with him and say, listen, I prefer your business to go to someone else, or I prefer, your money to go to someone else. But no, I think what it was with her, from what I'm gathering and what I'm seeing, she liked the luxury stuff, and all of this shit. She loved the money. She just loved a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And she can't say that she did not know he was violent like that, because she did know that. She was married to him. She knew his back charges, his back history. She did know that. So that's what I'm saying too. I don't even know what made her do this. Maybe the money. It was the money. Hold on, y'all. I got another one for y'all too. Hold on, because I got somebody backstage. Give me 1 second. I'm just saying. I'm not saying what the man did was right now. God dang it. Y'all know I ain't saying that, because what he did was not right. But I just think she could have handled this shit different. That's just my thoughts. Everybody got their own opinions of how they feel. But I feel she seen money. I feel she seen money, and I felt she already knew that she was not going to be with this guy long when he got in that jail cell. She had already had to plan it out to take his property, turn it over to her, take his money, be with somebody else. I think she already had all this stuff mapped out. What's up, OG?
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me, sis?
I can hear you very, very well.
Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you and your.
Same to you, baby.
Thank you. It's so funny that you are talking about this story, because I literally just saw this video about 3 or 4 days ago, and I watched the whole story. It was just, it's truly heartbreaking and sad. But we all have to face reality, right? Like, we know that both of them played a part in this, what happened to them. Unfortunately, his life is now gone back in the, in the prison system, and her life is gone forever, not being able to care for her children and be a mother, right? But we got to face some truths when it comes to the situation. We got to face some truths about what happened, what part that they both played in it. She was dead wrong. She was dead wrong for what she did to him. She knew the type of man she had married and chose to have a child with. She chose and made that decision to marry the type of man that he was, already knowing that he had a violent past already, and he had did some illegal things. But on the other end of the spectrum, that man, even though he got what he got by ill-gotten gains, and that's the thing, when you get by ill-gotten gains and obtain and hoard by ill-gotten gains, when you live by that sword, you die by it. And unfortunately, yes, he built that off of things he probably did illegal, right? But going to jail, paying for his crimes, putting all of that in his then wife's name and the mother of his child. He thought he can trust her to hold it down until he get out. See, and that's the thing. Two snakes together, they still snakes. It don't matter.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
exactly.
I'm sorry. Y'all might not want to hear the part about the female.
No. You're right about that, because the things that he did, he was a snake, and then she was a snake also. And I think she just seen money. She seen money.
Oh, no doubt.
Very successful woman.
She was very, very materialistic. She was very, very greedy and money hungry. Both of them probably were very, very narcissistic, very selfish and self-centered people, right? I'm not saying she didn't share with certain people, but there's a certain continent to her that is very selfish for what she did to old boy, what she did to him. And like you said, why, when he got out, didn't she make it right by him and say, look, I've moved on with my life. I met someone else. I'm going to marry someone else, but I'm going to sign you back over your properties, because these properties right here are mine. I built those while you were locked up. We're going to have to face the fact that women play a part in a lot of things that causes people. Listen, this is called a crime of passion. This is called snap. And people bring other people to those brinks already. When they already dealing with being an unbalanced person, they're already dealing with anger issues. They're already dealing with narcissistic personality disorder. She had it as well. She was very selfish and self-centered, did not think about that man. And at the point when he came out and he kept asking her, at first it started, he addressing her in the right way because she holds all the cards. Now she's ignoring him. She's flaunting it in his face. She's doing all of that. And now it then escalated. Now you're pissing me off. And now I'm threatening you. I'm warning you. I'm telling you, if you don't give me my it back, this is what it's going to be. Listen, at this point, that man had nothing to lose. He had already lost everything. He had already took everything from him. He had zero. When a person has nothing to lose and you have everything to lose, that's the difference. When you have something to lose and they have nothing to lose, they give zero F's about, he gave zero F's about going back to prison and risking his life. He just didn't want her to continue to flourish off of what he built and established off of his back, off of his crimes, off of him going to jail and paying for them. She didn't go to jail and in prison and pay for the things that he done. He did. So now you're going to do the ultimate betrayal, because let's listen. Both snakes, when they facing each other, they still snakes. Soon as one turn they back, that snake gonna bite. When he got locked up, that was her way of biting him back.
Yeah.
She snaked him big time, and that set him off, that triggered him, that sent him into
and that's
a
what
rage.
She said in the chat when I first started playing. She said
that sent him into a rage uncontrollably. She flaunted it in his face. She lived this materialistic life and thought she can get away with what she was doing to him. We just gonna have to. The truth is the truth. Now, it does not mean he was supposed to take her life. Let's be clear about that, right? Because it's other avenues. He probably could have took her to court, probably could have fought it or whatever, but he didn't see it like that because everything was in her name. So how was he going to, fight that?
That's true.
Get a lawyer, go to court. He had zero when he came out. Everything that he owned and had belonged to her. Yes. And when a woman does that to a man and he already have nothing to lose, he was already on empty. He had already, that triggered that man in his mind. He snapped and he did not care or think about, he didn't even care and think about his son. He did it right in front of him, his own son, their own son.
Yes.
That man was gone. He lost it. He was at the point of no return. And people need to realize it's the same thing when people do that with the bullying tactics, with the same situation that happened with the McDonald's situation, because all of her former workers and co-workers that worked there definitely said she was a bully. When people are pushing people to a limit and they are already unbalanced, they are already triggered, they are already have anger issues, they already have a criminal record of being violent, you mess with the wrong one. I'm sorry. And she flaunted that in that man's face. Y'all heard the messages, and I'm not taking up for him because he was absolutely dead wrong. I'm not taking up for him, but we have to look at both sides of the spectrum. She pushed that man to the point of no return.
He felt like when I came home, I left, I had something. I'm home. I trusted my wife. I left everything for you to take care. I even put my properties in your name. And now, after 2 months, I was in jail. I'm still married to you. Now, remember, he was still married to this girl. And she went out and got another man, then got rid of his properties. Like, what was you doing? What was you thinking? What was in your mind?
Greed was in her mind. Greed and the fact that, I'm the wife, it's in my name, so it's legal, right? Because he married the woman to make it put things in her name, so that when he left to go off to prison, he could come back and they could, she holding it down and they could continue their life, etc., etc. but she snaked him. That's the way she did not listen. She played the part until she knew she got in a position. She divorced him while he was in prison. She had already started seeing somebody else while he was in
his
prison.
story's out of Philly, Miss Davis. Yes, it's out of Philly. It's not too far from me.
Yeah, and she started seeing somebody else.
Same thing now, OG. This story reminds me, let's go back, because this story reminds me a little bit of the Ty story, right? But it's just that the guy did it to her. You feel me?
Right.
Like she felt like she didn't have it. And that's why I played this story today, because it was the same story, a little similar, that I shared. Yeah, well, it's really not similar. It's really the same thing. It's just
and from what I'm hearing, the story in Texas with the couple where the woman went in the barbershop, killed her soon to be ex-husband because he took everything from her, moved on, getting with somebody else, and she helped him build that empire. The guy that was repairing people's credits over there in Texas.
Yeah, I did that live yesterday.
Yeah, and she eliminated him and then eliminated herself. I'm hearing. I'm not 100%
Well,
sure. I'm hearing that was the story. He did that to her. Like took everything from her, and she was like not gonna have anything that she helped him do. I don't know. I just know.
I wish she could have did things better in that case too. But I felt like she felt like what I have to live for. He took everything I worked hard for. He took me off of all my banking accounts, drained all my banking accounts.
Yeah, and honestly, these are the actions of somebody that is absolutely narcissistic and selfish. They're self-centered. They're self-indulged. They're very egotistic. They're very snake in the way they move, and they literally will do this to their own spouses and children. They will literally snake them, take everything from up under them, move on with somebody else, and think it's just okay to do that to somebody and leave this person with nothing and on empty and think that it's supposed to be okay because you can build up again.
Right.
Like, but these people have.
You dealing with these guys that's going in prison and coming home. You got to be careful with these guys. If you are with these guys before they go to prison, you should already know what their behavior is like. You was already with them for a certain period of time. And then I always tell women too, if you're going to meet a guy in prison, do your research before you even get deep involved in him before he come home, because it can cost you your life.
Absolutely. Especially if this person went to jail for violent crime. If it was a non-violent, maybe like selling, distributing, some non-violent. But if they went to prison for violent crimes, that's a violent person.
Hey, Auntie Terry. Exactly. And exactly, Robert, you're right.
She knew what she had. She knew the man she married. She knew the man she chose to have a baby with. She knew he was violent and was capable of being violent. And for her to do that, thinking, oh, well, I'm the mother of his child and I was once his wife. He ain't going to do that to me. But then he started threatening her. So she was like, okay, let me post these on my social media, to let everybody know he threatening me, so if anything happened to me, yeah, of course, they're going to look to him first. They usually always does look to the spouse first when another spouse has been unalived by, period. That's just natural order of things, the way it goes. But yes, he absolutely, the threats, the phone calls, it escalated because he tried with her at first.
On the phone when he was still in jail. He told her on the phone. He said, "I'm not gonna hurt you, but if you keep throwing that nigga up in my face, I'm gonna get rid of him when I come home." But see, he didn't go to the man. He went to her.
Right, because he probably realized, well, why should I go to the man? It ain't his fault for what old girl did while he was locked up. It was not even the other guy's fault. Whoever the other guy, he just ain't no telling what she told him. Ain't no telling what that situation was. But he probably looked at it as ain't no need of me doing nothing to him. She the one took everything I had. She took my life. She took everything I built. I come out and I have nothing because of her. Because if she would have given him back his stuff and still kept her stuff, he could have moved on with his life and built with somebody else with what he had. But for her to be so selfish, to not even want that man to breathe, to have a life, to be able to be productive as a man and have a business and to flourish, that whole situation could have changed. But no,
Right.
no, she was greedy. She was absolutely greedy.
Greedy. Yep. And I will turn everything back over to him, whether I don't give a damn. If you know how he ran it, whatever he did with his businesses, she should have gave that man his back. However he did it, let him do it. If you're not married to him no more, say, listen, you even have all the money.
You going in and out.
You should have still had the man businesses right to turn it over to. Okay.
D,
can y'all hear me now?
I don't know.
So
yeah, that's your
I was saying, like, okay, I'm going in. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Can I get to a better spot here? Give me a second. Let's see here. Let's see. All right, y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. Y'all put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me, please.
I hear you too. Is better.
Can you hear? Okay, so and like instead of her selling all 3 of his properties, she should at least kept them and say, I still have your property. Let's turn it back over to you, even if you did not have all the money from the property and all the money he left you. Okay, you had some of the money in the man property, but you spent all the man and sold the man property. That was crazy.
Well, the way she was on social media flaunting, sweetie, she had something. She had something. I believe that she had some properties or something, some money somewhere that she probably had stashed from selling his business. Look at how she lived her life. She flaunted how she lived her life. She flaunted that luxury glam lifestyle. So she had something, even if it just worked with the man to say, hey, I ain't got all of it, but I'm gonna give you half of this. And then we when I sell this or we do this or that, I'll make you payments, like something. She did nothing. She was intentional in what she did to him. And she was intentional in not never giving him anything, no matter how he threatened her. All she did was posted the threats, but she didn't make no amends to try to change anything, to try to have the conversation with the man, to come to some logical situation to calm him down, to say, hey, you don't have to threaten me and be violent, this or that. I'm gonna work with you. Just work with me on this or that. She was not honest with that man. Her intentions was always to be a snake. And that's exactly what she did. She snaked him to the fullest of snaketivity. That man trusted her to the point where he gave her everything he had to come home from prison as a black man with nothing, and to know that he had nothing to lose. She didn't give a damn that man had nothing to lose. He had lost everything, and she played a big part in taking that away from him. And if people don't see how a person can snap from that, especially if you are already violent and unbalanced, that was easy.
Right.
That was easy. I said, oh my God. She know that man more than anybody knows him.
That's right. Absolutely.
She should have knew not to play with that man.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like, come on now. You just, we grown. We know right from wrong.
We got to have the conversation. Unfortunately, her actions cost her life. Now, he should not have taken it, of course.
I agree with Shay said. She said women be doing the dumbest shit, and men too. I'm not saying what he did was right for what he did. And I definitely agree with you, Shay. I agree.
I agree. And listen, my mama always told me when I was younger growing up, she said, if you don't want the man, don't fool with his money.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my mama told me that years ago when I was younger.
Never say it.
She said, if you don't want the man, don't mess with his money. Don't take his money. Don't use them. Don't play him. My mother told me that a long time ago. And that's exactly what she did.
Because see, sometimes you can get on these social media, I used him, F him, and blah, blah, blah. not knowing what that man really got in his mind. You know what I'm saying? You can't be put. That's like I was watching a live, and I'm gonna play this other one too, y'all, about this girl I got up here on my thing. I think she was messing with a man or something. He did something to her. Well, this lady was on Facebook and she went live, right? Okay. Her rent was $2,000, right? The guy dated her and they got in a serious relationship. They was together for 5 years, right? So every month out of the whole 5 years, the guy paid her $2,000 rent, y'all. And she used the man, y'all, the whole time the girl was on Section 8. And a friend got tired of her using the man, and the friend went back, her friend went back and told the man
that her rent really wasn't 2,000, it was only 12.
And the man, and they dogged that man on Facebook, saying he was a bitch and all this. But how could you say that about that man? That man was hurt. Like, he was giving her $2,000 every month for her rent, and she was never paying $2,000. She was on Section 8, and the rent was lower. So how would y'all even come for the man? Like, this is why sometimes when you know, men's is so, you know, it's hard to find a good man because of women. Oh, Lord Jesus, let me not even say what I want to say, but Lord have mercy. It's hard to find good men. You know what I'm saying? This was a good man. You know, and he was like, why is y'all calling me all type of names? Why is y'all coming for me? He said, I stood by her. I took care of her. I paid her rent for 2 years, $2,000. And this is the way y'all gonna come at me?
So other men are probably calling him a simp. You know what I mean? They probably saying you a fool, you a simp for, you know, being a fool for this woman, et cetera, right? Because that's unfortunately the generation that we are living in. You know what I mean? But I came from a generation where men definitely step up and was men, and they helped. If they had a wife or a woman, they played the part as a man role, as far as how I grew up, as far as being, you know, a man that take care of business. And if it meant, okay, this is my woman and I'm helping her in some way. If I'm paying a bill, if I'm paying her rent and she paying the other bills or whatever, if I'm helping her with her children, whether they are mine or not mine, that's the generation I grew up in, where men were men and they stepped up and were men. So this is what he probably was doing, you know, on her behalf.
She called the man all kind of bitches, fuck you.
And she took advantage of that.
Yeah, he was saying he was helping out with her children. He said, I was going out here every morning working hard, helping you. And you did this to me. You betrayed me like this.
And this is the thing that make men not want to do that, right? For women, or it turns a man into a whole nother different beast, right? He end up being that man end up saying women don't appreciate shit. I'm a dog them all out from now on. It is what it is. I know men have been turned into that from women like that took advantage of men like that, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, if you ain't want to tell him you was on Section 8 or whatever the case may be, that was your preference. But damn, you told the man the goddamn rent was $2,000. The man was paying $2,000 for 5 years. And her friend got tired of her using the man, and the friend told on her. Her friend told on her.
Woo. Well, she must have been not a good person even to the friend, for the friend to not continue to be loyal to her and to end up telling the man, hey, she using you. I mean, it makes you think, what kind of person was she in the beginning? She using the man. Ain't no telling what type of friendship she had with the girl. And the girl probably just like, you know what? You ain't ish. And I'm gonna tell dude, like, you a user, you are this, you are that, and you're not a good friend. I don't know. I'm just saying that's probably perhaps the situation. I don't know, but women play men all the time. Men play women all the time. You know what I mean? So at the bottom line, yes, people shouldn't have been coming for the man, because it was not his fault that he was stepping up being a good man to her. She just didn't realize she had a good man. She didn't realize what she had. And you don't miss that well until the water runs dry, honey. Because it's hard to find a good man that's going to step up and be a man and help take care of you and children that ain't here. If the children wasn't here, but he was helping her.
Like, you know what? Yeah. And the friend probably said, you know, damn, I'm looking for me a good man, and she out here using this man. She's been using this man for a long time. I'm tired of sitting back looking at her using this man. Let me tell him, you never know what the friend was thinking.
I don't know why she told what's behind that, but yeah, at some point she was just like, okay, you literally are taking advantage of this man, so let me hip him up to what's going on. I don't know, but then I gotta ask him too, what kind of friend was she to tell? Because was it her place? Was it her place to tell? I don't know. You know, like I said, we don't know the backstory of their friendship and why she chose after 5 years to tell all of a sudden. I don't know. Maybe they fell out.
The girl did something to her and she got mad.
Exactly. Maybe she did it out of jealousy. Maybe they fell out and she was like, okay, I'm gonna get you back. I don't know. People do things for crazy reasons these days, or whatever reasons. The young, it's just something with the younger generation. They don't. Oh God, they so different. They so different, right? And don't get me wrong, because I was young once too, and I made mistakes and I did things. But I don't know. It's something about this younger generation. They just hit different. They just hit different. That's all.
Yeah, it's
but
really
it's
sad.
unfortunate, it's unfortunate that we see these type of things going on with a lot with the younger generation. Bullying has become more prevalent. People are losing their lives because of bullying. People are losing. These men are killing these women. They got anger issues. Women are doing treacherous things to the men. It is just a vicious cycle of people that are so mentally messed up. They are so mentally and emotionally messed up. And if you already are involved with a person that is mentally and emotionally unbalanced, and then they have violence in their past, those are the people you need to be careful of. I don't care. They can be your child. They can be your spouse. They can be a relative, a friend. Anybody with a violent past is capable of being violent. That's why I said, old girl knew what she married. She knew him. She knew him better than anybody knew him.
That's right.
What, you thought he was different and special because you married him and had a kid with him? You didn't think he would be violent with you?
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, she learned, and now her 3 kids, her oldest daughter's left, trying to step in that mom's role to help raise kids. Well, that should have been, the mom should have been there for all 3 of her children.
That's right.
I don't know. We live in a life where social media has made so many people materialistic, highly narcissistic, and they get on and they flaunt it in people's faces, and they flaunt how they've treated people in people's faces, where they, snaked them, done them dirty, done them wrong, mistreated them, cheated on them, whatever. And it's funny. It's a game. They act like it's all a game to them, but they don't realize that one person that is unbalanced emotionally and mentally can snap at any moment. All it takes is something to trigger them over the point of no return. And that's where that man was with her, because she was flaunting it in his face.
Right.
She wasn't even trying to be low.
I think that's what pissed him off. Like Shay said in the chat, she provoked him. Every time he called, she would bring something up in his face. You know what I'm saying? And when he was in jail, he couldn't do much, and that anger was just building up in him.
Yep.
And so, and the day he walked out that door of that jail, he knew he was on it. He knew what he was going to do. It was already built up in him. His mind was made up. He was just waiting for that release date to hit that door, and he knew it was on from there on.
Yeah, and like I said, she had no intentions of helping that man get back on his feet, whether she stayed with him or not. She owed him that much after he got out, because he put everything in her name that was his. And now this is legally my wife, so what's mine is yours. So I'm entrusting in you that when I get out, you're going to do the right thing. And she did not do that. She absolutely did not do that. And that took that man to the point of no return, because what did he have? He didn't have nothing. He had nothing to lose. This is why when people have something to lose, when they have children, when they have homes, when they have jobs, when they have wealth, when they have money, when they have insurance, when they have businesses, when they have built something, that means you have something to lose. He didn't have anything to lose. Right. Nothing.
And she should have known from the phone calls, baby, he wasn't no joke. He was telling her what he'll do when he come home from the phone calls.
Yeah, and he was like, I will go back to jail. He literally said that.
Yeah.
This is just like people need to start taking people serious. When you get into it with somebody and they say, I'll be back, you need to take them for face value that they will be back.
That's so true. I agree with that. I agree with
Like
that
for
100%.
real, like why, we are thinking that we are different and we special and it ain't gonna happen to us. But when a person tell you, I will go to jail again, I will kill you, I will be back, and you take it lightly and go on la-di-da by your life thinking, oh yeah, he just mad, he'll get over it, or she'll get over it, they just mad, and they come back. Yeah. Unfortunately, people need to start moving differently because the life you save may be your own.
Mm-hmm.
The life you save may be your own. Treat people, watch how you treat and talk to people because the life you save may be your own.
That's so true. That's so true. You see all them luxury bags that she was buying, and the guy was taking them to her car and all of that stuff. Like she was living. She was living.
And listen, it's nothing wrong with having nice things when you've worked hard for it. Nothing wrong with that, right? But we know that that man got his illegally. We know that that man paid the price. He went to
Absolutely.
prison and paid the price for what he did and said, okay, I done paid my debt to society. Now I can come back and still try to live a decent life off my property, off my properties. And I'm good, right? And she took that away from him.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's like, F this. I ain't got nothing to lose. What I got to lose? I will go back to jail because I will unalive you. I will kill you, woman. Yeah. She posted the threats, but what did it get her? What did it get her? It still got her DEAD on arrival.
That's it.
It didn't do her no good. Just like when men, these violent men leave, these women leave them and then they get the order protections. When have an order protection stop someone from being killed by their spouse?
Sometimes they don't even mean nothing no more in life.
The order protections don't mean jack-ish if they get to you.
Especially if a person, OG, is very violent and don't care about life, that it don't mean nothing. If you got a person that do got something and they care about their stuff and they don't want to go to lose what they got, they're gonna
and they don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care about losing their life in the midst of taking yours. Okay? They don't care nothing about going to jail. He said it. He said it. I will go back to jail. See, we don't take people word for face value anymore. He said, I'll go back to jail. He knew he had nothing to lose. He had nothing to I'll go back to jail. But you won't continue to enjoy that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, hopefully it got passed down to the children, where they can live off of it. But yeah, he made sure she didn't. He said, if I can't enjoy it, you're not going to enjoy it. That's the way his mind thought.
Right. And then his son, him or the mom. And that's sad.
Very sad. A very sad situation that she didn't think about, number one, her own safety as being a woman, and then number two, as being a mother, and say, I got to be around to raise my children. This man is threatening my life. I know he's violent. I know what he's capable of. Let me try to work something out with this man. Right. So he can go on with his life and I can go on with mine.
Mm-hmm. And one did her friends know what she was doing to this man money? One did they know? One did her oldest daughter know what was going on? You know what I'm saying? We don't know.
Absolutely. We don't know what the children knew, but and you have to absolutely be careful with how you raise your children, especially some of these narcissistic parents. They are raising their children and they growing up to be so screwed up and messed up because all she showed them was materialistic things. That's all. That's all that she was showing them. So hopefully that they have some grasp of what it is to honestly work hard, honestly for your pay and treat and talk to people right. Hopefully they will grow up to be good children because now their mama and their daddy is gone.
Yeah. And thank God that her daughter is still, living her legacy and stuff like that, That's a good thing, you know.
Yeah,
And
but what kind of legacy was her mother living? See, that's the $64,000 question. See, what kind of legacy was she living? Now the
I don't
children
know,
need to go
maybe
on
you,
and
you
pick
think
up
they
and live
daughter
their
keeping the
life,
business
but
going?
is the daughter gonna end up like the mama? You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when we talk about legacy, we need to talk about being in a positive way with that legacy, because what her mother was doing and the way she was living and flaunting it was not a good way to show her children. But see, these are the conversations we don't want to have. She wasn't showing her what it is to be a good mother, a good woman, a good wife. She wasn't showing her to be a good wife because she wasn't a good wife to that man while he was in prison. Look at what she was doing when he was in prison. So is that the legacy you want to show your daughter? It's okay to cheat on the man while he's in prison with another man, take all his stuff, get with that other man, and then not leave the man in prison nothing, which is your brother's father. Like what? Like what we doing?
Yeah.
Again,
I'm quite
the
sure the daughter
real
got. I'm quite sure the mama left the daughter everything. You know, everything. You know, from
well, whether she had it in a will of trust or not, the next of kin are the children, right? So, like I said, whatever property she had and things of that nature probably got passed down to them. And hopefully that the oldest daughter would do the right thing by that, because she now has to step in and become the mother of her two younger siblings, right? So
yeah,
hopefully that, there's positive people in her life showing her how to do it right, because she's still young and she ain't got all the answers either. So she still needs to look up to
yeah,
somebody older. So hopefully there's somebody older around her to say, hey, this is the way it needs to be done.
yeah, and help her out. Being that she got money and stuff. Some men are coming to your life just because you got money. You know what I'm saying? She need to understand that. So I hope she do, have someone in her life to guide her. And you never know, she might be smarter than what we think she is. you know. But
Hopefully, I really do hope so, because the children in the end is the one that's suffering the most through this, unfortunately.
yeah,
Because she has to step into a role that's well beyond her years, that she probably was more likely was not prepared for mentally, emotionally, you know what I mean? And have to step in the end and play a mother role as a young lady.
yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But I'm so happy and thankful that she was able to take her little sisters.
Oh, absolutely. But I thought, didn't she have a son by old boy, the guy?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It was the sister and the brother. It was three of them. So it was her small sister and the brother.
Right, right. So the boy was by him, the one the
Right.
guy that
Yeah.
was in prison. Right, yeah.
Right. Yeah, I
And,
forgot.
and
Yeah.
for
So
him, he didn't give a, he was at a point of no return and didn't care. That was his own son sitting in that chair getting his hair cut when he went in there and gunned down his mother.
and guess what? That little boy ain't gonna never forget that.
And he is traumatized beyond to know that I lost both my parents in that instance. I lost both my parents, my daddy and my mama.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
lost my daddy back to the prison system and I lost my mama forever.
Right. Right.
And to witness it. Now, dude was totally loco gone because he did it in front of his own son.
Yeah.
He
No
gave zero
disregards.
F.
Nothing.
He
Yeah.
literally was gone beyond. You probably couldn't, if he did that in front of his son, nobody could have talked him out of it.
Mm-hmm.
He literally did it in front of his own child. So he was selfish and self-centered and self-indulged as well. He didn't give up that his son was right there in that chair getting his hair cut when he gunned the mother of his child down.
Mm-hmm.
So they give zero Fs. They don't care about living, dying, going to prison. They don't care.
Yeah, some men out here, you gotta be careful when you date them because they don't care. They do not give a two shits. And those type of men, you do not need to date. You find a man that
That
don't
part.
care at all, nah. When he started
Yeah.
talking reckless, you already know, baby.
And they said he had a reputation on the streets. He was treacherous on the
Yeah.
streets. But like,
Mhm.
nah. That's another thing. You got to be careful, you know, who you dating, who you choosing to marry and have children with out here.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of these men are absolutely violent, absolutely violent. Some of them are sociopathic and psychopathic with their behavior. And you don't see it until that mask come off. That's how it works.
Ooh,
you know, so she thought she was different and special, that, oh, he violent with everybody else, but he ain't gonna be violent with me. No, wrong. Anybody
Once I
that's
start
capable
seeing
of
you,
being violent, it's just a matter of time before they be violent with you.
yeah, because
She
once I
just
start
pushed
seeing
him
you
to the point.
screaming and you waving your hand and all that, I'm done with you. I ain't even gonna give you a chance to put your hands on me. I'm done. Because that screaming and yelling and all that, moving your hands and all that shit leads us to violence. So
We already know that somebody violent, especially a narcissist, when they go into narcissistic rage, if they are already a violent person, if they are already known to be violent, I don't know why women get with men that are known to be violent and think that it ain't gonna happen to them. It's just a matter of time before he be violent with you, sweetie. You ain't different. You ain't special. I keep saying this to people. About the Megan Good and Jonathan Major situation. Everybody big up in her, and they got married. That man is violent. He beat on every girlfriend he had, from all the way from college up until that white girl that he was sneaking off with Megan behind the white girl's back with Megan. And now Megan married this man thinking that he's different. He changed. No, I'll give him 3 years. His mask coming off to her too. That man is violent.
Once a violent man, always gonna be a violent man. You know, especially if he's not out there trying to get help. You know what I'm saying?
Look what Columbus Short and his wife is going through. He's been violent in all his relationships. And now his wife he got now. He's been violent. He causing her to be violent because she fighting back. And now they both going to jail, got order protections against it. It's just toxic. Toxic.
It is.
And then when you throw drugs and alcohol in it, oh my God, that's just a disaster train wreck waiting to happen.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Brittany. Brittany say that's right, D. I don't know. I don't really know them neither like that.
Who?
The actor you was talking about.
Talking about Columbus Short. Yeah, he lost his job because of his drug and alcohol addiction. He admitted that.
Oh, and that's another problem. When you fuck with a narcissist and they on drugs or alcohol, my God.
Because that's mostly they vices. They addiction and vices is drugs and alcohol. And then sometimes it's porn. It's, all of those other different vices. They have, every one of them have some secret addiction. I don't care who they are, male or female. They have some secret addiction. For the most part, it usually is alcohol or drugs or both. And then it's some kind of sexual addiction. It's always something with a narcissist.
A narcissist, they love to most of them, a lot of them, they love to, some of them they will cheat. They love it. It makes them feel good. Some of them they just like to be that man. Always they're very flirtatious. Narcissists are very flirtatious.
Yeah, but what the violent ones though are the most dangerous ones.
Yes.
The ones that are hitting on the women, starts with a push, then a slap, then that open fist become a closed fist with with a fist, and then now he's hitting you and punching you, and now y'all all out brawling, and then when the woman fight back, now she's violent. You know what I mean? So and that's what's going on in Columbus Short and his wife's marriage. And it's just a hot mess right now.
Yeah.
And his history is the same as Jonathan Major's. When Jonathan Major's court case was going on, they went all the way back to that man college days and talked to several of his ex-girlfriends. He was violent with all of them. So Megan Good think because she's Megan Good, he ain't gonna be violent with her eventually. Women gotta get out of the facade of this. They gotta get out of the facade of delusion of thinking that they're different, that they're special. These men don't.
A lot of women do. A lot of women they would dog the other woman. Oh, you just jealous because he's not with you no more. No, half of these women glad they ain't with that goddamn man no more. It's just that you don't see what I had to go through it, but after a while you're gonna see, and you're gonna feel the same way I felt. So it's not always about a woman is jealous because you know with the man that she used to be with. No, she probably glad you got that goddamn man, because what you don't see now, you will see later.
But this is the thing: the violent ones like that, the women that has escaped the violence of that man when that man has moved on and with somebody else.
Hey, Miss J.
Sometimes that next woman ain't so lucky because sometimes that next woman loses her life.
That's right.
So so don't forget that has happened so many times that the man have been violent throughout his whole history of being in relationships with women until that
One thing
one
about a
woman.
narcissist man and a narcissist woman, they love to isolate you. They isolate you away from your family, your friends. You know, they have people, they
Controlling.
want, yeah, they're isolated because they don't want you around nobody. So they start whipping your ass, beating your ass, cursing your ass the fuck out. You don't have nobody because they already done did what their job was to do, is isolate you from everybody. They don't want you with nobody. Because this is
Absolutely,
what
because
this is
they
what
don't want nobody else's influence in your ear. See,
right in your ear. So this is what
they
your
don't want
partner
the
would do.
family and friends telling you, girl, you know he ain't no good. You need to leave him. He's
Right.
violent.
And
He's
this
this.
this
He's
doesn't only come from
controlling.
a partner. This comes from a partner and a husband or a wife.
Absolutely,
They will do
absolutely.
that. You don't need nobody. You got me. I'm your wife. I'm your husband. We got this. We can work this out. We can do this. We don't need nobody out to tell us what to do about our marriage and this and that. That's what they do. They isolate you. Okay? So when they start to effing up, you ain't got nobody to turn to. Because guess what? They done turned you against everybody. They done made you curse out everybody and everything, honey. So, but if you need somebody for a piece of bread, you might can't even get a piece of bread from nobody because you done turned on every damn body like your partner wanted you to do. You did it. You gave him what he wanted. Not knowing that you're sleeping with your enemy or narcissist every single night.
That's facts. That's facts.
Agree.
But in this case, I would have to contribute it to both of them. Both of them were narcissists, the woman and the man.
Red
Absolutely
flag, and
was.
I'm out. That's
He
right,
was a
Shay
violent
Shay.
narcissist, but she was a narcissist too. Yeah, I would definitely contribute to say both of them were a narcissist. He was just a violent narcissist that ended up taking her life because she pushed him and snaked him to that point where he had nothing to lose, and he absolutely went through everything he told her he was gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't playing
That's
with
why
her.
you gotta be careful when you're a date. You gotta look at all type of signs. And you know what? You can be married to your man for 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and you still don't know your husband the way you think you know your goddamn husband. Let's get that straight too. Because a lot of people be like, oh yeah, well, I've been married to my husband for 30 years. You know, yeah, and that's cool, and I'm glad because I love to see marriages last a long time. But that don't mean you know everything about your husband, and that don't mean your husband know everything about you. Because I'm quite
Well,
sure your husband got some secrets, and you have some too.
but this is the thing about being married to a narcissist, whether it's male or female, they always have secrets.
Facts.
They always have secrets. Until listen, I was in a relationship with 7 years with a man. We broke up and everything, but he got sick. I end up coming back in his life, helping take care of him. He was an absolute covert narcissist. And do you know, until that man took his last breath, that's when I started learning stuff about him that I never knew from family members,
And that's
that
what happened to
grew
me.
up with him,
That's what happened
been
to
through him
me.
his whole life. I am telling you, they keep secrets. I don't care from their spouse, and most of them live a double life. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Why
They
do you
lie about
think
their
so many women
kids
are
and
coming out?
everything.
Why you think so many women are coming out now, exposing and talking about the double life that they narcissistic men are living, being on the down low?
Yep.
They have been living a double life, sleeping with men for years. And the
Yeah.
woman finds out about it, and then she exposes them. And what that narcissistic man do? He kill her because you didn't expose their secret.
Yeah.
Oh, that's happening every day. Every
so
day,
true.
I know at least 4 or 5 or more stories online of Black women specifically that has exposed they ex or they husband or they whatever for being on the down low, and they come back and they end up killing them
My
for
coffee link is in the chat
exposing.
if
But
anybody want to support
that's
me.
the main thing. That is the main thing they do. When you expose a narcissist, they go into a narcissistic rage, a
Great.
smear campaign. They put the
Yes.
smear campaign out, and baby, they gonna do everything in their power to try to destroy you. And the
Because they
violent
got
ones
to
will kill
uphold
you.
their image. They got to uphold the little image they got left. Whether it's a man or a woman, they got to uphold that. And every time you fight against them, they're gonna fight back.
You going back? You going in and out again, sis? You going in and out again? You're going in and out
Okay,
again. I don't know. Yeah,
okay, hold
yeah.
on. Let's take this down. So, all right, let me see. Now, let's see. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah,
Can
I
y'all
can
hear
hear
me?
you. Yeah,
Okay.
I hear you. Okay,
Yeah, so that's what narcissist does to you. That's what they do, y'all. They always
absolutely.
got to have an image. They got to uphold that image, y'all. They got to uphold that image. I don't care. If you
Yep.
come at them, they fight back with fire.
Oh, no doubt. I see it so prolifically, especially when it plays out on social media. Now, those two relationships of those celebrity couples I just told you about, they are prime example. Another one is Nelly and Ashanti. Everybody, oh, they back together, and not. Let me tell you, Nelly is a narcissist. Okay, okay, and it's just a matter of time. He's gonna be back cheating on Ashanti. First of all, he didn't marry her because he loved her. He said he married her because he didn't want her to be a baby mama. People don't pay attention. They don't pay attention to the signs. Trust me. Give him a little bit. He'll be back cheating on her, doing this, sticking to that. He got a violent history too. But see, the women, they think they different. They think they special. They think it ain't gonna happen to them. Oh, you did
Yes.
that to the other women. It ain't gonna happen to me. See, I'm different. I'm special. Nah, not with a narcissist, you ain't. When that mask come off, you gonna see the real them. And when they show you who they are, baby, you better believe them the first time.
There you go. There you go. Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's the worst thing, honey, you could do to a narcissist is when you expose them to the world or especially on social media.
Oh, get ready, baby. It's a fight. It's a fight.
Oh, it's a smear campaign coming. Oh, they gonna do everything. They will try to get you to lose your job. They will try to turn your family and friends against you. They will plot, and the violent ones, yeah, will plot to unalive you. Absolutely, because that one lady who exposed her ex-husband, she had an order of protection out. They showed up in court. I don't know if y'all heard this about this one. That woman, they left court. That man couldn't even let her get out of the court parking lot. He went to his car, got his piece, and unalived her in the court parking lot just as they got out of court because she divorced him and exposed him for.
Mm-hmm.
They do not like being exposed, but it's okay for them to deceive you and to take your choice away by not telling you who they really are because they live in a whole double life. But it's okay for them to expose you to possibly catching something. See, that's the selfishness of a narcissistic person. But then as soon as you find out and expose them, they got a problem with it. They angry, they mad, they raging out.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's crazy.
Absolutely.
Y'all got to be careful how y'all moving out here. When I tell you, when I found out some of the stuff I found out about my ex, my head dropped. First of all, he lied to me how many times he had been married. Then he lied to me how many children he had. Like, oh my God. I'm like, what? I'm finding out all of this from his family members after he passed away.
That's what happened to me. I
And I
always
have
thought.
been with that man for almost 7 years.
Me too. I never knew he had so many kids. I just didn't know.
Baby, listen. I
But that's
tell
what they'll
you,
do to you.
they absolutely hide things. They have secrets and whole double lives that they will take to their grave, okay?
And always be aware. It's always one or two people that your narcissist, husband or boyfriend, or maybe siblings, or co-worker or neighbor, do not want you to get close to. So don't be so quick and believe what they tell you about a person. Okay? Sometimes they telling you this stuff about a person because it's something that this person can give you out on them and they don't want it to come out. So always remind yourself, don't listen to everything they say because this person might can save you and they don't want this person to tell you nothing. So they're going to kick that person back in like hell and tell you so much stuff on this person because they're going to keep you away from that person because that's the person who spilled the beans on them and they don't want it to happen.
There is always a one person that sees straight through that narcissist. Always.
Yeah.
Whether it's a relative, a friend, your parent, your sibling, your child. It's all. And when that person come to you and say, something ain't right with that person. I don't like him. Don't just take it for all you jealous or all you this or you really look into it. Well, why you feel that way? Have the conversation. What do you think? Why do you feel that way about them? Why do you think this person is not a good person or slick or this or that?
Don't be so quick to just be
It
so
needs to make
judgmental.
your wheels start to think. And then especially if that person that you're with is saying, oh, they just jealous of our relationship. They just jealous. They don't want what you want. They want what we have. And you got to really, really pay attention when that girlfriend or your parent or your child or your friend is saying, it's something about him. I can't put my finger on it right now, especially if they've never said that before about any of your other, men or women or spouses before. But it's just that something that they can't. They see something, and especially when that narcissist know that they see them for who they are, they will tell you that person is jealous. That person just don't like me because I love you and I do so much for you. And she just jealous because she ain't got a man like me or a woman like me, whatever it is they'll say. Pay close attention.
They're going to keep you away from that person. And see, some people, it's just so gullible. They'll be like, oh, okay, I don't like her neither because I don't like her. She said this and she said that. Not knowing you was being set up for failure.
Absolutely.
Because they really don't want you around that person. Because that person is the one can be the one that expose them.
Brother Leon said it when you interviewed him, and when I interviewed, he said it was always somebody in the family member that saw straight through me and knew I wasn't no good. And he said, and that's the main person I tried to keep my wife away from, or the lady I was with away from.
He sure did say that. Yes, he did.
He literally said it.
Yeah, he did. He said it. Yeah. And you don't know that you're sleeping with a narcissist every day of your life. And they're trying to manipulate you, gaslight you, keep you away from your family, your friends, isolate you. Those are the ones that know them better than anybody.
And trust me, without extensive lifetime therapy, they don't change. They actually get worse as they get older.
Yeah.
They get worse as they get older until they take their last breath.
Yeah, because you know, as they get older, they stay in their ways, and it's just no coming back. It's just no coming
back from it. None. I see it so profusely in people on social media now. They can't hide it. Eventually, the mask comes off. I don't care if it take a week, a month, a year, but it's coming off. And when they show you who they really are, you best believe that's who they are. And they ain't just acting like that on social media. They that way in real life.
Yeah. Yeah.
They can't help it, y'all. They are narcissists. They can't help it. The mask comes off, whether it be on social media, in real life. I see it all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. They know how to pretend very well. They know what to say to make people love them. honor them, believe them. They know what to do
Oh
and they
yeah,
know what to say. And you're not the first person. You just the next fucking victim.
the victim, especially the popular ones, right? The ones that especially on social media, the influencers that got big platforms, they got large cult followings. Those are some of the most narcissistic people, y'all. I'm sorry, not sorry,
Yeah,
but I said
that
it.
is true though. That's
They are
true.
some of the most narcissistic people, and people are so caught up in their web that it's just, oh, look at them. Let me tell you about the type of narcissist that people like Oprah Winfrey is, Tyler Perry is, Ellen DeGeneres is. They are what you call communal narcissists. They do a lot of good out in the opening where people could see it all out in the public. Oh, they giving to the poor. They bought homes. They did this. But they are the most mean, treacherous, toxic people behind the scenes to their employees, to their loved ones. And they got them so under control. Desiree Perez, the CEO of Rock Nation, whose daughter suing her, she talked about her mother being a narcissist and how she controls everybody in the family except her. That's why she's suing her mama in Rock Nation right now because she won't let her mother control her life. But they do good out in the world. They give to the poor. They help feed people. They buy people home. They help because they want to be seen in that public eye as this is a loving, kind, beautiful person. How dare you say something bad about them?
Yeah, I always felt like Oprah Winfrey was a narcissist, and the elder, the white
They
lady.
are communal. They
Yes,
are
I always
communal.
thought she
Tyler
was.
Perry, he's one. Tyler, don't leave him out. Tyler Perry definitely won. And look at all the cases. Look at
Yeah,
all
I
the
heard a
people
lady
that's
call him
suing
out
him.
one day and said, "Yeah, you ain't nothing but a narcissist."
Communal. They are communal narcissists, but they are yet still the same. And behind the scenes, they doing all kind of treacherous, nefarious, toxic things to people. If y'all notice, Tyler Perry has been sued about 5 or 6 times. He's never taken any cases fully to court. He has always settled them out of court, y'all. Why is that? Because if anybody got any type of evidence that will be discovered in discovery, he will lose. So he settles all his cases. He settled with Christian Keys behind the scenes. He gonna settle with this Derek dude that's suing him. Watch and see. It's not gonna never go to trial, y'all. He has literally settled 5 or 6 cases. Literally. Now, if you are so innocent, why are you settling all these cases? If I'm innocent, baby, take me to court because I'm gonna spend my last dime on my last breath fighting you if I'm innocent. Why has he settled every single case, y'all? It's never seen its day in court.
And one thing about narcissistic people, they will tell you too. Well, yeah, did you hear what such and such did? Did you hear what such and such said? I don't want to be friends with them no more. I don't like them. But the whole time, they trying to set you up. So you got to be careful when they tell you stuff too. And a lot of people don't be so quick to sit down and help them talk in conversation.
Talk about somebody, destroy somebody
you have
that
to
you don't
listen
know,
to these
you
people.
don't have nothing to do with. Yes, and they would
you have to
definitely
listen, pay
they
attention.
will pit you against somebody that has done nothing to you that you don't know, but you don't know what they
Oh,
did to
Robert,
that
yeah,
person.
he a big one. Yeah, so be careful with that too. Just sit down and listen, pay attention. But some people is not going to listen and pay attention because some people, if you're a type of person that you like gossip all your life and you've been into that type of life all your life, it's hard to come out of that even after you get older. So as soon as somebody comes to you and gossip and they know you're a gossiping type of person, that's who they're going to go with because they know you that type of person. They know you're not going to have a mind as looking at it like, nah, I don't know, let me just see for myself. You know what I'm saying? They narcissists knows who to go to for certain shit. They know that.
Yeah. They know who they can play. Absolutely.
They know exactly who they can play. Who they can
That's why they have what they call the flying monkeys, the enablers and the handlers.
Yep.
Because they know that they can prey on these type of people.
Yeah. They prey on good people. They know that. They know they can, well, such and such, I don't know. you know what I did to them, but they dislike me and stuff, you know. And I felt like, and this is what they'll do. They'll pick the most vulnerable person to talk to because they know they can manipulate you and gaslight you and get what they want from you. But the whole time, they don't fucking like you. They're setting you the fuck up. Okay,
Exactly.
Like you.
Don't think they like you because they come to you and be acting like they like you to get you on their side. And yeah, girl, girl, we gonna do that. Yeah, girl, we going there. Yeah, girl, but we gonna set this person up. We gonna let me tell you about this person. And that's all it is. They don't like you either. Trust me, they don't.
They don't like you either.
You too. They are using you. They are users.
Yeah.
If they cannot benefit and offer some form of supply from you, I don't care if it's a listening ear, I don't care if it's to gossip with about and talk about other people with, I don't care if it's to plot and plan and on scheme with other people. They're still using you. That's a form of supply that narcissists have. They must have some form of supply. Without it, they don't live. They suffer and they die.
Yeah, and a lot of people think supply is just because of a new girlfriend or boyfriend. No, everything is a supply when it comes to a narcissist. Everything.
Yeah, everything is a supply to them. It's not just because they got a new man or a new woman or in a new relationship. No, supply is whatever they can get out of you to benefit them. That's a supply.
Right. And be careful, y'all, when you talking, because they love to do this too. Girl, what you feel about such and such? What you feel about this? Be careful. Be careful, because they playing you now. Okay, they playing on your intelligence because they really want to see how you really feel. So if they get mad at your motherfucking ass, they're gonna set your ass up and go back and tell that person every motherfucking thing you said. So when a person always do that shit to you, that is a red flag.
Yep.
Because why they just don't tell you how they feel? Why they always
what do you mean? What do you mean about this? What do you mean how I feel about them? First of all, especially if you don't know them, first of all, the first thing you're supposed to say, well, I really don't know that person, so I don't know what to think or feel. I have not had my own experience with this person. Wow. That would be the logical thing to say. But they can't stand that. They'll still dig and like, no, girl, you know, I'm just saying, because, you know, when they go there, I'm telling you, red flag. Red flags.
Now, if you ask me about something, if I know about it, I will give my opinion. But if I don't trust you, I'm still going to watch what I say to you because I don't trust you.
Exactly.
That's me.
Yeah, they definitely
try to make me say something I don't want to say. I'm going to stick to what I said, and that's just it.
They'll definitely set you up for sure, no doubt. They will definitely set you up. And the moment y'all fall out, they gon' and don't tell them no deep dark secrets about yourself or your family business or nothing.
It's over.
Oh, Lord, they listen, they going all out with that. When soon as y'all fall out and you don't acquiesce to how they want you to do and say and act, they gonna expose all your little secrets you done told.
If they got people and you don't want to be around their people that they like, they're gonna get upset with you. Because they don't want to be around people you like. They want you to be around the people that they like.
Yeah,
who you like.
The people you like don't interest them because they are like you. And they might not can manipulate those people like they're manipulating you. So you will never see that. But if you really look at it, like, why am I always hanging with her and her friends and she never want to come over here and hang with me and mine doing what
they don't want your friends to see through them. That's why. They want you to be with them and their friends.
And they have no interest in who you really are. They don't. They have no interest in who you really are, what you like to do, who you are as a person, what your dreams and aspiration is. None of that. You know why? Because it's all about them. Me, 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 me. What can you do for me? What can you give me? How can I use you? That's what it is. That's what it is with them. All day, every day. That's what it is with a narcissistic person. At the end of the day, what can you do for me, boo? How can I use you to get what I want, boo? It's all about me, boo. Me, 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 me. Me, myself, and I.
Yeah, it's all about them. It's all about them. And you can stand up and tell them what you're going through with. They don't give a fuck what you're going through with. They don't give a fuck if you ain't got nothing to eat in your house, nothing to drink in your house. They don't give a damn, but they will sit and listen to your problems, and they will stay on that phone and be silent as hell. They don't
And then
give
turn
a
it
damn.
around. And then they'll turn it
And
around
they
and
turn
make it
around,
about
you
them.
forget. Yeah.
They'll turn around and make it about them. You could
Yeah.
be literally had just lost your mother, you're grieving, or parent or a child grieving, and so they may say, "Oh, girl, I'm so sorry to hear that," but "Oh, girl, let me tell you what
Oh,
happened."
girl,
And when
yep.
this is what
Exactly.
they'll do. They will turn it right back around. They don't want to hear your story. They don't want to hear you grieve and be there as a listening ear to say, "Well, I'm here for you. I'm so sorry you going through that. Anything you need, I'm here. Call me day or night. Oh my God, what can I do to help? Girl, please." They be like, "Oh, girl, I feel you, but let me tell you about what happened when my mom died. Girl, and then we did." You be like, "What?
Yep.
What?"
That shit be crazy, y'all.
You be like, "Girl, what?" I'm literally sitting here telling you my parent just died or my child just died, and you telling me something that happened 10, 5, 14, 20 years ago. Right now, the conversation is not about them. It's about me and my situation, but they turn it and make it about them. Oh my God. They good at that. Y'all better peep game. If you got friends and family members that always shuns you off and flip the script and turn it back on them when you have a problem in a situation, and they always are never there for you, never that listening ear, never that sounding board, never let you vent, never let you get it off your chest, and they turn every situation and make it about them. Baby, that's a big red flag.
Yes. Yep. So be careful, y'all. I'm just giving y'all some jewels on it. I will never tell you nothing wrong. That's for sure. I will never tell you nothing wrong.
It made me think about old girl, the one who we talking about, that couple, when she was on social media, when she had her party, right? She went all out, had this
Uh-huh.
extravagant party. She was on social media showing all the gifts that her friends gave her, right? And don't get me wrong, it was her birthday, so yes, it was about her. But if you peep game in a way psychologically, she was doing it right? She was showing all the designer gifts they were giving. Oh, so and so gave me this, and so they this or they that, or they that. A person will psychologically big up a person because they're materialistic over the materialistic
Mm-hmm.
things that person
Mm-hmm.
have given them.
Absolutely.
So then she was bigging up them in that way, as to say, "Oh, my friends, they all about, if it ain't designer, honey, don't bring it to me." That's what she was really saying. You
Right.
just had to you just had to read between the line and peep games, because all of them gifts, none of them, nothing that wasn't had a name brand on it. So she was all about labels and designers and name brand, and she had them type of friends that knew, if it ain't designer, don't bring it to me, because I ain't gonna show it on my social
Yeah,
media.
yeah. Because a lot of
You know what I mean?
narcissists, they're very materialistic. They'll
Yes,
talk about their
yes,
houses, their cars, their clothes, and they're very materialistic. And then if they got more than you and you really don't have that much, they'll start throwing stuff in your face. Well, girl, well, boy, you need to do this, you need to do that, trying to belittle you, but on a low. That's what they do to you. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
So, and it's sad. It is sad. I mean, I had it happen to me, y'all. I know about the narcissistic shit because, I had people in my life like that. You know what I'm saying? The internet
Absolutely.
is full of narcissistic people, full of
Oh my God,
narcissistic people.
yes.
The
Ooh,
behavior
Jesus.
on these YouTube, social media streets,
Yes,
Facebook, it's ridiculous.
it
It's
is.
it's crazy, and I just thank God every day that I can see through people. I know who people are. But let me just say this to y'all. I never let no one tell me who to talk to, right? Now, I can stop talking to a person for 3 and 2 months because I'll wait until they come back around. Because you know why?
Mhm.
Inside of my heart, I still love them. And guess what? I know that they was not a bad person, but I know that the devil got in their ear and sent them against me. You understand what I'm
Oh,
saying? But
absolutely,
I always keep an
absolutely.
open door for them, baby. I don't let
Yeah.
that devil shut that door. I
Because you
always
have to
thank
let
God keep
people
an
see
open
for
door for them
themselves.
because
People
I
have
know
to
they
see
gonna
for
see.
themselves.
Right?
Yep,
They
they
gotta see
have
for
to see for
themselves.
themselves. They have to get their own experiences when they don't. When you are understanding that they're not listening to what you're saying about, hey, you know, this person really don't like me and they're speaking lies against me and they're not telling truths, and you over there kikiing and cacaing and believing the hype. But go on over there with the la-di-da. But then now it comes back on them, right?
Don't
And
never
then
hate a person, y'all. Don't never hate a person. You know what I'm saying?
and then what they do, you just be like,
sometimes
you know,
we just
I
like
told
people's ways, but don't never hate a person. But you know, when it comes to that, you feeling that you are getting that way, it is time to back off, because hate leads into bitter, right? While this person living their life doing whatever they want to do, and you waking up every day hating this person, it's not even worth your time, your energy, your day, none of that. You know what I'm saying? Just let it go and move on.
absolutely. And some people you have to leave them alone altogether, because some people don't learn. And
Same
I'm
to you,
sorry,
baby blues. Love you, sis.
I can't have that kind of energy to me. You know, when you that type of person that you don't learn, I gotta back off. I gotta fall back from you too.
And see, and like we know from experience too, OG, we knows why we're not so loved and liked, because of who we are. We are an empath. So people, they are not going to like us, right? Because they know we see through their bullshit, right? We know we can call bullshit when we see it and we hear it. We can call it. So my counselor always taught me, you know, the years that I was with her, that I'm not going to be liked by a lot of people, right? And she always taught me that it's not my fault. It's nothing I can help, okay? Because all my life and my years, I always just try to figure out why people didn't like me. What did I do? It's nothing I did. They just don't like me because who I am. I am a God-gifted child. You know, being an empath is a gift. That's a gift.
Yep, okay? And narcissistic people don't like people that are loved and admired by other people, especially if you are an empath, and people genuinely see you as that genuine person. You always the same. You don't flip, you don't flop, you don't change, because they are the type of people that do that. They flip, they flop, they change, and they don't like nice people because they're not nice people. And most empaths are kind, giving, loving, genuinely nice people and genuinely loyal to people, right? To a fault sometimes. And narcissistic people hate that. That's something that just bugs them. It's like a thorn in their side when it comes to people like us. And especially we're the type of narcissistic people that have discernment that God has blessed us with, that we can see through them and we know exactly who they are. So when we know who they are, oh my God. That's just like being exposed. That's just like being exposed to them. And they will do any and everything they can to have other people not like you too, be against you too, because they don't like you and against you.
Yeah.
That's how they move.
And you know, my counselor always told me, being an empath, that is a gift. And then on the other hand, it could be it can be
a curse. Like a curse.
Right. Because it's like we can be too nice to people, give our heart to people. You know, when people come to us for advice or whatever, we give it to them, and then on the other flip side, they turn on us, start saying all kind of stuff that we didn't say, we didn't do. You know what I'm saying? And then on the other side, we got people that really do love us, and they adore our advice. They love our advice. They're happy to talk to us. So it's like a tricky thing being an empath. It really is a tricky situation. But we're not mean people. But we will fight back, and we have to fight back. You know what I'm saying? But we won't fight back in a malicious way. Like, because I'm not like that. Like, I don't like all the name calling, and I don't like talking about people, deceased loved ones and kids. And
narcissistic people go there. They'll talk about the dead mother, your dead child.
They'll go there. They hit below the belt, baby.
Unstable. They go there, baby. They go to the gutter. Okay, when Obama say that when they go high, they go low, you go high. No, they go to the gutter. They go to hell. They go all the way to hell. They will go.
I don't blame you, Shay. Stay by yourself. You know, maybe have one person. You know, it's okay. But I understand where you're coming from. I definitely understand.
They would turn, say if you told them a deep dark secret about you that maybe, in your past you were molested or raped. Oh, they'll turn it. They'll turn that on you and they'll make you a victim all over again. Oh, she talking about she got great. She didn't get great. She gave it up. They'll just lie, make up stuff. They don't care. Oh, she talking about her daughter, her child, she was, molesting when she wasn't. She was just loose. She was just fast. And, they will turn it. I swear. They will turn it and flip it and make you the victim all over again.
We just only telling y'all the truth. We only telling y'all the truth.
God's honest. They will use anything they can use that they know about you, your family, your loved one, and turn it against you on people and smear your name.
Yeah. Because they got to start a smear campaign on you. They got that. They got to ruin you. And Lord, God forbid, if you're out here in the world and you got a lot of shit going on for yourself, it's going to hurt to the core because they're going to smear your business. They're going to smear. Oh my God, baby, let me tell you, it's a mess.
Yes,
it's a mess.
Yes.
Because that's how it started off, the smear campaign. The smear campaign starts off first and it continues to go on and on and on.
Yep. The smear campaign is treacherous when you dealing with it on social media, especially if they got a large platform. And then in real life, they're turning you against your family, your friends. If they can get to your coworkers, they will call your job. Oh my God, listen. They will call your job, try to get you fired. They will lie on. Listen. They will find out where you live, find out where you work. And we've seen all of that just on social media. I've seen that with narcissistic people do that to people on social media. So imagine what they do in real life. Now, if they violent in real life, they'll follow you, they'll stalk you, they'll harass you with phone calls. They'll harass you. Will have to, again, order protection against them, the whole night because they threatening you. Oh, this is what they do.
Yeah.
And what narcissistic people do, honey.
And what they'll do, they'll start the when they got to start the smear campaign. They got to start because they got to make you look bad. They got to make you look bad. And they're flying monkeys. If they don't like you, they're gonna jump on that motherfucking bandwagon, right? And then they start this subbing you to your co-workers, to your family. But see, sometimes people don't catch on to that. You know what I'm saying? They don't catch on, so they'll jump on the bandwagon because they really don't know what's going on. But still them trying to really find out what the situation is, they're gonna jump on the bandwagon.
Well, it's three kinds of flying monkeys, enablers, and handlers, right? You got the kind that are afraid of the narcissist because they don't want to deal with the wrath of a narcissist, so they actually are afraid of the narcissist. You got the kind that are narcissists themselves, so they feed off of the negativity and the toxicity, right? And then you got the other kind that will just lay back in the cut and definitely acquiesce and enable and listen to it and stuff, and they'll be the instigator that'll come back and tell you all that the narcissist.
If they don't want to spam campaign you, they will definitely find somebody else to them and go for them.
They said that about you. They said this about you. And I said, listen, I don't want to hear that mess. Like, I don't even care, right? Yeah. But you got that person that'll keep coming back and telling you this and that and the other and all that. But but it makes you think, well, why is you sitting there listening to all that crap? You know that's not true about me.
One thing for a narcissist man and a narcissist woman, they don't never take accountability. But what they will do, they will make it seem like you're not taking accountability. Oh, you never taking accountability what you did. You never taking accountability what you said. Which sometimes you ain't never said nothing or did anything, right? So what do they want you to take accountability for, right? You understand what I'm saying? So that's the game that they play with you. You know what I'm saying? They play a game. They even play a game with you and act like, baby, I will do anything for you. Don't worry. I ride with you. If you get in the paint and the heat of fire, you know what I'm saying? I got you. But when you get in that goddamn heat of fire, they're not gonna fuck with you. They not.
That part. They'll turn on you quick as old girl quick as old girl turned on old boy. As soon as he went to jail, she turned on him, baby. Trust and believe. That ain't nothing but a narcissistic snake move, baby. She turned on him. She turned on him, okay?
Yeah, and I'm sorry she did, she didn't pay the price like that. You know what I'm saying? But she paid the ultimate price for what she did to that narcissist.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be, let me tell you something. When you cut a narcissist off, you better cut them off for good. Fuck all that shit trying to recommend a relationship or
tell them, sis. You better tell them.
You better cut that shit the fuck
tell
off.
Them the
because
truth.
I'm gonna tell you now, if you don't cut them off, you're gonna pay the ultimate price. Whatever you said or did, they're gonna add you the fuck out. They don't give a fuck about you, your family, your job. They gives nothing about you. When they show you their hand the first time, you better let them go. And anybody around them motherfuckers that take up for them, don't never see no wrong in a narcissist, you better run from them motherfuckers also, because they ain't no better. They only their flying monkeys. That is it. Period. Point blank.
You sure enough said the truth, because I remember having a conversation with Brother Leon about when the narcissists try to come back and circle the block, which is exactly what Nelly did to Ashanti. She circled the block and got her back. Let me tell y'all something about that. That's in anybody, any relationship, celebrity or not. At the end of the day, we all human beings. They just in the spotlight. They just got more money and resources than us. But let me tell y'all something, and don't you ever forget it. If you let the narcissist circle back in any form of your life, they are going to hurt you more than they ever did. Do you hear me? I repeat, if you let them circle the block, whether in a relationship, a friendship, whatever, they are there to break you
again
more than they ever did before. Because you know why? In their minds, in their minds, you accept their behavior, and in their minds, they never forgot that you let them go or quit them or broke the friendship or relationship off. Now I'm gonna get my ultimate revenge off of you.
That's right. See, they got to get you back, right? And sometimes, 90% of the times, people do take a narcissist back because they don't know that they're dealing with a narcissist. But in the narcissist's mind, they know why they're taking you back. They're taking you back for revenge. They don't love you. They never love you. All this is revenge. And how they hurt you the first time, they're going to hurt you even double the next time. Yep. So if you feel in any type of way that you don't even know about narcissistic behavior, even if you just see toxicity in a person, run and never look back. I promise you, you would never go wrong. You would never go wrong.
Yeah, going back to, and that's you right, sis. When a woman or a man don't know that this person they're dealing with is a narcissist, and it can not just be a relationship; it could be a friendship. You will let them back in their life, right? They'll act right for a little while, but y'all, they don't change. They are who they are. Eventually, you're gonna see the same behavior. The mask is gonna come off again, and then it's gonna hurt you again. And then you let them back in again, and then they hurt you again, and it's a back and forth. But in their minds, like Brother Leon said, you have accepted my behavior.
Yes.
You're saying to me, it's okay that you're hurting me, that you're doing this to me, whether it's a friendship or a relationship, whatever. He said, but the moment that you are the one that break it off and then let me come back, he said, oh, I'm getting my lick back. I'm getting my lick back. He said, and I'm going to break you even more when you let me back.
Every time you let me back, they love to stalk their ex-friends. They love to stalk their ex-wives, ex-husbands, ex-co-workers. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Every narcissist is the same. I don't give a damn if it's a man or woman, a child or I don't give a damn who it is. They all the same. So I know I had a lot of people ask me back in the day when I first started talking about it, do narcissists change? No, they never change. They are who they are. Period. Point blank. Even sometimes their flying monkeys can be just as dangerous as they are. So you have to be careful talking to their. If you're going to cut a narcissist off, you have to cut the flying monkeys off too. Period.
Yep, for real. That's
You gotta cut the
fact.
flying monkeys off too. You cannot
Because the
still be
flying
cool
monkeys,
with flying monkeys
yep,
and you don't fuck with the narcissist.
the flying monkeys are the one that is acquiescing to the behavior of the narcissist.
Right. And they're gonna go back into the narcissist everything you got them and say. So don't think you know you in private with them motherfuckers because you ain't in
Absolutely.
private.
You talking to them about your feelings and how you feel that they doing you, they going right back and telling the narcissist.
You better believe it. You better
They are
believe
toxic
it.
people. They toxic themselves, and some of them are even narcissists. I'm telling you. Why do you think a lot of times it's like the opposites of them attract? Like those two, that couple, both of those people, that male and that female, they both were narcissists.
Absolutely.
Stabbed him in the back the first opportunity she got. That's what narcissists do.
Yeah. Because I never knew this girl was going back telling everything I told. I kept saying, what the hell, how's this girl keep knowing all my shit? You know what I'm saying? And you know, and I ain't gonna lie, if the red flags was there, but I tried to think in my heart it wasn't her because we was cool like that. I said, this bitch ain't right. And I always felt like she was a narcissist. I did. But I tried to hold on to her much as I could. But I went to my breaking point. It hurted me. I ain't gonna sit here and lie and say it didn't hurt me because everything I shared with you, you was going back telling your friends that you were sitting at a table with that I wasn't sitting at the table with.
Wow. Wow, sis. I'm sorry you went through that, but I've been
recently let her go. And that shit gave me a little meltdown. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I was so cool with her for over 30 years. And this is what you're gonna do to me?
Right. Yeah, that it hurts. It absolutely hurt. And I heard, oh boy, the other guy that's a narcissist, self-aware narcissist that has a platform. He said, and when that happens, he said, you have to go through those emotions. You have to go through those feelings. Mm-hmm. That's just a healthy thing that you need to do is to go through those emotions and feelings. And so he was like, don't listen to people when they say, girl, get over it, move on, da da da. He said, no, you need to acknowledge those emotions and feelings and go through those emotions and feelings until they subside, and eventually they do subside, but you never forget it. You never forget it. You never forget. This is the thing a long time ago my therapist told me. She said, Patrice, she said, yeah, sometimes we can get over words and things that people say. She said, but we never ever forget how somebody made us feel.
Absolutely.
He said, I could call you a B and you'd be like, okay, you too B or whatever. You can get over that, right? But if I did something that made you feel a way, right, you ain't gonna never forget that experience of how I made you feel.
Ever.
She said, so when you're having conversations, healthy conversations, you need to listen to somebody when they say, you made me feel this way.
Yes.
She said, if we all would communicate effectively in that way and respect the next person when they say, you made me feel unimportant, you made me feel unloved. We need to accept that and acknowledge
you made me feel unwanted.
Say, you made me feel this way. You made me feel gaslighted. You made me feel like I was beneath you. Whatever it is, right?
That's right.
She said that is the thing that people don't forget.
And when you find people that don't want to do these things that she's talking about, they are narcissistic.
Yes. And when dude kept telling her, do you, but quit flaunting this in my face, it obviously was making him feel away. You?
That's right.
Don't flaunt this in my face though, because see, now you playing in my face. And now you're going to get that triggered reaction. Now you're going to get my righteous indignation. Now you're going to get what you're going to get. See, you can't hit me in my face and then when I suck a gut punch you with a drop kick, tell me that I can't fight that way. See, because I told you made me feel this way.
Right, absolutely.
You feel me when I'm so yeah, this is the main thing that I see that is lacking in communication and respect of a person's feelings. And a narcissistic person will never respect how you
How
feel
you
because
feel? Never.
when you're telling them you're hurting me, what you're doing to me is hurting me, whether it's cheating on you, beating you, whatever. They are not acknowledging that. You know what they're going to do? They're going to gaslight you and they're going to blame shift. You know what they're going to say? Well, you
Yeah.
made me do that because you act this way. What?
Or you made me say that because you
You
said this to
made me say
me.
that
That's what they
because you
do.
did this. That's what they do. It's called blame shifting. Now they shifting the blame on you for why they behaved the way they did.
Because they can't take accountability. Narcissists never take accountability. And you can sit there all you want and pour your heart out and try to take accountability for what you did. But if the narcissist wants you to say you did something and you don't say it because you know you didn't do it or say it, baby, table's gonna turn. You might be all kind of bitches and everything when they get finished with you, honey.
That part. And then when they call themselves apologizing, the moment they use the if, it ain't an apology, y'all. When they say to you, well, if I made you feel, ain't no if. I just told you you made me feel that way. Ain't no if about it. So instead of them saying, I apologize for you feeling that way, or I apologize for my behavior and how I made you feel. If they say, if I made you feel that way, that's not an apology, y'all.
And they're
that's not an apology. It's never, I didn't say you if made me feel that way. I said you made me feel that way. So how you gonna in turn turn around and say, well, if I made you feel that way, well, if that's how you feel, no, that is how I feel. Ain't no if about it.
There you go. Amen. Amen.
An apology without change behavior, y'all. Hear me clearly. Apology without change behavior is null and fucking void.
That's right.
If I apologize to Dee that I said something that hurt her feelings and I don't change it and I keep saying it and hurting her feelings, am I genuine in my apology? So if my behavior doesn't change in me doing something that made her feel away, then my apology means nothing. And that's what narcissistic people do. They will, well, I'm sorry then. If I made you feel that way, I'm sorry, but you shouldn't have never called your mom and told her. What? What?
Hey,
now
you never told your friend I goddamn business. This between us. They say
well, you shouldn't have never looked at my phone and you would have never seen that naked woman picture. What?
Yeah.
Now you're blaming me for you having a naked woman in your picture in your phone. What? Excuse me? That's called blame shifting, y'all.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
But they play all those kind of mind games. And if you don't know what those terminologies are when you are being narcissistically abused, then you're going to continue to get gaslit. You're going to continue to get the blame shifted on you. You're going to continue to be in deflecting mode because he's going to deflect all day long. Oh, that ain't what it is. You don't know what you talking about. You delusional, man. I be seeing what people be saying about you, man. You straight delusional, man. See, they do all that's gaslight. All that's deflecting because they're taking the responsibility and accountability off of them and shifting it back on you. Yep. Every time they say those words to you, instead of saying, you're right, I'm wrong, I did that, I said that, I apologize, it won't happen again, and goddamn it, then don't let it happen again. When you apologize to me, I shouldn't see the same behavior. But a narcissist will apologize 1,000 times and continue the same behavior 1,001 times.
Yeah, they don't stop. Only reason they're maybe for maybe a day or two they'll be okay, but they're gonna go right back to that same behavior.
That's their behavior. That's who they are. That's their personality. It is in their DNA to conduct themselves that way. Their personality already starts to form in them probably at 1.5 years old. That's why it's important to raise your children, especially as babies, with empathy, with feelings, emotions, know what it is to love and care. If you're raising your children with no empathy, you in trouble. You are, because if they are not showing empathy, they damn sure 9 times out of 10 will be narcissistic.
Yep.
Because if you can't have empathy and compassion and sympathy for another human being that is going through something, and you literally sit there with a blank staring face, because you know narcissists, they have looks. It's in their eyes. They got these looks, y'all. And you could catch them, and you know in that moment, that look by their eyes. They got looks. I looked up about narcissistic looks, sociopaths looks, psychopaths. They got they look about them, the smirk smiles they do when they doing some fuck shit.
And they love to cut their eye, y'all. They'll cut their eye on your ass in a minute.
When they are doing something that's so scandalous and toxic and just drama filled and just dirty and snakish, but they got a smirk smile on their face while they doing it.
Sneaky as hell. They sneaky.
When their eyes is just like bucked and stare straight with no feeling and emotion in their eyes, they are narcissistic and probably a sociopath.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen it in people. I've seen look up the looks of narcissistic people, the smile, the smirk smile, the eyes of a sociopath and a psychopath. Look it up for yourself.
Narcissists, sometimes, y'all, they don't like to give direct contact. You know what I'm saying? They don't like looking you directly in your eyes sometimes.
But the ones that have
done you wrong, they know they did you wrong.
That had that smirk smile on their face.
They something else. Y'all got to be aware of them.
The most
you have to be aware. And sometimes people got to stop every time they get in a relationship. He's cool, you know. She's cool. No, stop saying that, because sometimes a person likes to give you because they want you to think that they're cool, because that's their sign of drawing you in. Narcissists have their own way of drawing you into them. They have their own way of doing it. And sometimes they will do it with something buying you stuff, giving you money.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Okay. I wasn't sure because my phone rang and sometimes I lose the sound. And another thing, stop acquiescing to bad behavior, y'all. Stop making excuses for their bad behavior. Yeah. I'm so sick of people making excuses for toxic, narcissistic people, bad behavior. And we do that all the time with family members, friends, your spouse. Y'all make excuses for bad behavior. We got to stop it, because it's costing us each other's lives and stuff. Because a lot of us know when that we got that toxic person in our family, that violent person, that person that's always keeping up drama, that person that's always, but you make excuses for them every time they come around. Yeah. Oh, you know, Jimmy just being Jimmy. Y'all know how he is. No, Jimmy is full of shit. Jimmy is toxic. Yeah. Jimmy is drama. How about that? Jimmy is violent. Why is Jimmy around?
That's right.
You know, we got to stop making excuses for people's bad behavior, y'all.
Yeah, that's so true. That is so true. Yeah. That is so true. And don't you ever go back and tell if a narcissist, if you go back and tell a narcissist about somebody that you don't like and they like, they'll air your ass out. What the fuck you say? Why you don't like him? Why you don't like her? They don't like that neither now. They don't like that. Now, be careful what you say to them now, because you might get chewed out.
Hey, but you know them when you see them and when you hear them. Y'all know them. They your family members. They your friends. They your co-workers. They in our everyday lives, y'all. They may even be your boss.
Right in your lives, even your neighbors can be a narcissist. Okay,
your neighbor, your boss.
Your life every day, but you got to be the one that point them out and say this behavior is not normal.
Yeah, God help you if they your boss. I left a job because I had a narcissistic boss. I left.
shared her story one time on my platform. She did too.
Ooh, Lord, I couldn't deal with it. And she was a female. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, open books with the female too. Yeah, she shared her story. I was cracking up.
Yeah, that is crazy. I cannot. It's bad enough in certain instances. You have to be around family in certain situations and deal with, they narcissistic behaviors. You may go to a wedding or a funeral, and you got somebody gonna be there that you don't F with. You know what I mean? And you just gotta, I'm just gonna deal with it, get over this, through this family function and go home.
And don't always think you know a narcissistic person, because sometimes you can be talking to a narcissistic person and they give you a name that's not even their real motherfucking name.
That's true.
Okay. They'll tell you anything. You'll be like, oh, what's your name? Oh, I'm Billy. All the time you thinking this motherfucker you talking to is Billy, the whole time he's not Billy. He's somebody else. And he's going to keep telling you he Billy, and he wants you to believe it. Then you're going to got in a whole friendship or a whole relationship with Billy, and Billy now who he say he is.
That's because Billy is really Robert, who's really hiding something.
Yeah.
He's hiding the real him.
Tell you their life. They live anonymous lives.
Very, very secretive lives, especially like if they got records for like scamming, scheming, conning, conniving people, robbing people. If they got any kind of history in that way, violent history, they gonna hide that from you. You ain't gonna see the violent robber. You gonna see the Billy with the mask on. Oh girl, he's so sweet. He come pick me up. He bought me this. He did this and that. But when Robert come out,
he made me feel so good, like no other man ever made me feel. No other man ever did this to me, girl. That's just to win you, baby. That's
the love bomb. That's the love
bombing.
And they good at it. Oh, they good at it because they've been at it. They've been at it their whole life, so they pros at love bombing. Mm-hmm. And if it's somebody that don't know what it is, they being swept off their feet. They don't know what it is. They don't know what love bombing is. They don't know what it is.
If you ain't never been nowhere really, really nice. Right, because let me tell you something. A narcissist is going to ask you what you like and where you've been before. They're sizing you up. Right?
Yeah, they
don't want to take you no goddamn where you been. They want to take you some goddamn where you ain't never been, because they know they're going to sweep you off your goddamn feet and make you feel good.
And what Brother Leon said, he said everything them women was telling him that the other ex wasn't doing, he started doing it. He said whatever they told him that they exes or they husbands or whoever wasn't doing, he started being that man that they wanted him to be. But he was not genuinely that man. That wasn't who he was.
Absolutely. That's how that shit go, y'all. That's how that shit go.
Baby, I'm telling you, it's textbook. It's textbook to learn and study and do the research of a narcissist, honey. And it's still always ever evolving, because most of the time their pattern is the same, right? Like their general pattern is the same when the mask fall off, but they will become creative now, because again, they will come the person you want them to be when they got the mask on. So they are very creative in how they create something. If you are a person that love the arts, then they ain't even never been that type of person. They'll become that person for you that love the arts. Or they'll go to theater with you. They'll support you in your music or in your dancing or in your paintings or whatever it is, right? They'll become that person, because that's what you like and want. And you be thinking, oh my God, this person's so into me. We just alike. He love everything I like. No, he's trying to become what you want him to be. But sister girl, he's really not that.
But he's really not that. Exactly.
He's really not that at all. You're gonna see the real him. Give him a minute. You're gonna see the real him. Yeah. And when that mask come off and because in their mind, they painted this picture of you as being this perfect picture for what their mind is set of how they try and impress you. But the moment you become imperfect to them, it'll never be the same. The moment to them you become an imperfect human being, and we know we all are imperfect, right? But the moment you show your imperfections to them, and that could be nothing but catching them in a lie, checking them on something, To them, that's an imperfection. Oh,
Yes.
so now you gonna check me and I like you gonna, then you know what they gonna do? You'll never see them the same person again. They look
No.
at you and they will treat you differently for the rest of your
Of
life.
your life. Y'all, we only telling y'all some real shit. It's sad, but this is the way they work. Okay, they work
It's just like that crackhead that wasn't a crackhead before. The first time that crackhead tried crack, they're chasing that very first high and they never get it again because it's the first and it's the last. But that now their minds is chemically addicted to the crack. So that's why they keep using it, because they're chasing the very first euphoric high of how it made them feel. They never get that again. It's gone. That's why it's called the first time, because it's the first time and it's the last time. Once a narcissistic person does not see you as being that perfect person in their mind, that's just like they going to chasing something that they'll never get again. You will never get that person again. When you hear a woman or a man say, "Man, I just wish it could go back to where it used to be when we first fell in love," you fell in love with a facade. You didn't fall in love with the real them. They are now showing you the real them, the toxic one. That's the real them. The person you fell in love with was a facade, baby. So you will never get that ever again. You're chasing something you will never.
Yeah, that's so true, y'all. She's telling you the truth. She is telling you the truth.
Be like a crack fiend chasing that first high. I just wanted to get the way it used to be when we were so in love. He was so caring and kind and loving. Yeah.
No, he never cared about you. He never loved you.
Never was that, boo. Never.
Nope.
He or she.
Remember, they love to share everything that y'all do, men or woman in relationship. All of their friends gonna know about the relationship, whatever happens, arguments, good times, whatever. They are sharing everything with other people. You're thinking that your shit is a secret just between you and them? Oh no, baby, it ain't. They just
listen. Let it be a narcissistic man that have another narcissistic buddy as a friend.
Yes,
because you know they kind of all flock together. And I'm gonna tell you what it's called. It's called psychologically being gay. Narcissistic men are psychologically gay. Listen to what I'm saying. I said psychologically, right? And the reason why it's psychological, and there's a theory on that. Look it up. It's on YouTube. Narcissistic men are psychologically gay because their honest, their preference, their very fiber of being and existing is to appease and appeal to their friend. It could be a male friend. It could be their father figure. It could be a stepfather. It could be a boss that's a male. They are more loyal to another male species than the woman that they lay down with every night and sleep with, married to and have children with.
You know what? That is so true, because my counselor spoke on that. Yeah.
When it's a man that's all about my boys, my guy, my boys, me and my boys, they got more onus and more appeal and more appease, and they try to appease them more than they will you, and they sleep in the bed with you every night.
Your face, yeah, because my bro, he be doing this to his wife, and his wife let him do this and all that stuff. They'll start doing all of that. That is manipulation. Gaslight. Yes.
Yep, they will compare you and your marriage to his buddy and his wife marriage. See, that's my friend. He ruled his house. His wife, she submits to him. Oh, they'll try all them tactics because they are so loyal to that male friend. That's why it's called. It's literally a terminology, y'all. It's called psychologically gay. Mm-hmm. That's a real thing.
Yeah. They can look it up and see it.
It's a real thing. Narcissistic men are psychologically gay. And I see it all the time, especially on social media. how these men stick together, the ones that's dragging and dogging women out and stuff. They got more appeased and honest. They care about the opinion and views of these men more than they do the opinion and views of the woman they sleeping next to every night, married to, got children with, live with, the whole nine. It may be a boss, it's some mentor, it may be their father, it may be their buddy friend. Most of the time it's their guy friends that they trying to appease and impress.
Yeah. And they're afraid to jump right on their bandwagon. They're afraid to jump on the bandwagon.
I'm telling you, it's a real thing. It's a real thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sad. So we just, bring some light to the shit again. For the people that didn't know.
Yep, but I just tell y'all, be careful of people that ain't got nothing to lose. If you know you got something to lose out here, baby, do not tempt no one. Do not play the game. Do not play with somebody's mind. Do not play with somebody's heart. Do not play with somebody's livelihood. Do not play with somebody that have nothing to lose.
Facts.
They bank is already on E. They gas tank is on E, baby. They feel like if they literally would tell you, I'll go back to jail or I'll see you 6 feet under before I let you live and breathe. Y'all better believe it.
Yeah, because they have nothing to lose.
They got nothing to lose.
Once you see that red flag one time that they have nothing to lose, please don't go back. Please don't. Because you just setting yourself up for failure. I don't care if it's a relationship or marriage. I don't care what it is. You have people in friendships that don't have nothing to lose, and they will make you lose everything you got. So it's not only just a marriage or just a simple relationship. It's a friendship can also be like that too.
And it don't matter the age, y'all, because you don't know what you don't know, right? And it's a lot of people in the world that still don't know about narcissistic, toxic people. You know what I'm saying? So, and it doesn't matter the age, young, middle age, or older. You don't know what you're going to get. Don't think because you're older, you done been around long. If you don't know about this type of relationship, you can get duped in it too. I listened to a woman, she well over 50 something years old, that her husband died. She later in life met another man that she had went to high school with, thought she knew him. They hadn't seen each other in years. She married him. He was a narcissist. And she lost everything, her business, her home. She had to start her life all over from scratch at over 50. Imagine that. All because she fell in love and trusted a narcissistic man and she didn't know about it. Now she has a YouTube page talking about it, y'all. This real. This is real.
Understand, y'all. It's real.
But I tell you,
I stay to myself a lot. I'm a loner. I like to be to myself. It's just me. I just like it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my peace to be taken from me. I stand on my boundaries and certain stuff like that. I just and
you got to.
I can come out here and talk about it. I don't.
People will cross your boundaries every day if you allow them to, sis. Yeah. They will. They absolutely will. So you're right to stay to yourself and be by yourself and have your peace, because we lucky to have survived being with a narcissist and narcissistic abuse.
And that's what I thank God for every day. That's what I think about every day.
How many women did not survive it? How many women are 6 feet under because they dealt with a violent narcissistic man or woman? They are 6 feet under. They didn't live to be on the platform on YouTube telling their stories.
Yeah, that's so true. So true. That's what I think about every day. Every day that I'm still here. Still here. I'm still standing. A lot of people, it's not here. It's like OG just said, they're not here. They can't tell their story. They have to have a friend or a family member to tell their story.
Absolutely. And when it hit home, it's real, y'all. Because I lost a girlfriend to a narcissist. He unalived her. Absolutely. He sure did. And left her, she had one son, left her son motherless. Yes. He went to prison. He out now because it's happening. What, like the
Oh, the law was different then. It was different.
late 90s and stuff.
Oh
And
yeah,
I think
yeah.
he only think he only ended up getting like 20 something years. He out of prison, child. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, the
She
law
was
was real
gonna leave him. She was gonna leave him. He found the letter. See, that's another thing you don't do. You don't write no letter telling nobody you gonna leave him. You just leave.
You gotta plan that shit out and go on your own. You don't write no
He
narcissist, no
found the
goddamn
letter
letter.
she wrote that she was gonna leave, and he unalived her. Yes. And even back then, I still didn't know what a narcissist was, but he was absolutely that, because he was definitely trying to. He was slowly taking her away from her family and friends. Didn't want her to do things no more, go out no more. She was my girlfriend. She actually used to date my brother, and she was the godmother to my niece and nephew.
Yeah.
Yes, and it was the same thing I'm telling y'all. I had a feeling about that man, and I didn't know what a narcissist was then, but it was just something about him I did not like. I did not like. And when she brought him over to introduce him to us and all of that, and I extended my hand to shake his hand and say, "Nice to meet you," blah, blah, blah. That man did not shake my hand, turned away and looked away and never looked at me in my eyes and never spoke or nothing. And I told her, she was like, "Oh, girl, see again." She made an excuse.
Yeah.
And this is what we do. She said, "Oh, girl, he was mad because we had an argument earlier." That I said, "Girl, it's something about him. I don't know. I don't like him." I
Well,
said, "And I
that
don't
happened
like,"
to me one
and I
time.
said, "And I don't like him for you. I don't." And she knew me because I had never told her that about anybody she ever dated. Never. I said, I don't like him. I don't like him for you. How's he treating you? You know what I mean? But she had married. This is a guy she married and loved.
Yeah, that
Yep.
happened to me one time. My friend,
I
her
lost my.
new boyfriend did not like me. And I approached her about it one time. And I was like, I don't know what I did to him because I don't know him and he don't know me. We've been friends for years. But it's like he get annoyed every time I'm around you on the phone with me. So she was like, yeah, I'm going to talk to him about that. But it was something with this guy. He did not like me. So her sister-in-law told me, she said, I don't know what it is, D, but he's intimidated by you. And at that time, I didn't know I was an empath then. I didn't know about
Mhm,
narcissistic men and all that shit then.
mhm,
But
mhm.
he knew there's something about him probably wasn't right, and I seen through his ass. I can think back now because at the
Oh
time,
yeah.
I didn't know.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. I didn't know either, but I just knew I didn't like my girlfriend's new husband. I did not like that man. Did not like him. And I never saw him anymore to that day until all of that happened and he killed her. I did. Oh my God. Whew, man, I tell y'all.
Well, I hope y'all learned something here today, baby. I hope y'all learned something here today. Even all the people that was in the bushes, I hope this was a good live, a good lesson. Y'all took
Yeah.
something from this because narcissistic women and men, children, co-workers, neighbors, I want to tell y'all before I get off, they all work the same. They never
Oh,
changes.
yeah, and sis, I want to thank you for letting me come up. I know it had been a while since I've been on your platform, but I love coming on your platform, and I appreciate you for letting me come up and share some wisdom and
You're
and drop some gems. As an older woman to the younger generation, especially, right? Because it's on us to teach them, to counsel them, to show them, to give them real life experiences and conversations based off of our experiences in life, right? So, and this is what you allow your platform to be. Every time I, swing through here, you always are trying to educate people about that. And I appreciate that in you so, so much, sis, because
Thank you so much.
you got a gift that you are sharing with the world on your platform. So thank you for that. And thank you for allowing me to come.
And like I
All
said
right.
too, I don't get the support like that. People come in the chat, but I appreciate everybody that does come in the chat. That does mean a lot to me. I don't care if it's 8, 9 people. I don't care. If I can get through to 1 or 2 people, that makes me feel happy.
That's 1 or 2 more people you reach, sis, and that's all that matters. And believe me, it's people listening in the bushes. They know, because a lot of times these are people that are in probably toxic, narcissistic relationships. They are probably being abused and things of that nature. But I want to say to these people, male or female, please stay encouraged. But if you are in something violent, get help, seek help. Try to get out where safely, where you can, especially if you got children. But the life you save may be your own. That's all I want to say, is the life you save may be your own. Thank you again, sis.
And you're welcome, sis. And you have a great weekend. And I love you, sweetie.
Love you too. Take care.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, y'all. I'm out of here. I'm going to make me some baked ziti. And thank y'all so much for timing in. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. I want y'all to have a great, great weekend. I want y'all to stay prayed up. And I want y'all to always remember to keep God first. Y'all be safe out here in the real world, in these YouTube streets. And I would definitely see you guys on Monday. Peace and love.